So did Poseidon finally figure out what he's doing here? This is crazy. This is absurd. There's like a bear behind the console.
I'm very, very on edge.
You're just touching random buttons. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. Good morning to you. We're reporting live from the Communist Republic of New Quebec. Curfew sets in a couple of hours. We're going to have our underground meetings late at night. This is so stupid. We'll talk about it in a second. Welcome to the morning show. Patreon.com/Pantelis. If you are not a patron, what are you doing with your life? Join the Patreon, win a shirt, win a keychain, join exclusive podcasts. A new bonus tape is dropping today. Also today, 9 p.m., we're going live on the 2 Drink Minimum channel. Me, Poseidon, and Mike for 2 Drink Minimum. It's going to be a fun episode. I think we've got a lot of fun stories to catch you up on. And at 8 p.m. on this very channel, we will premiere the latest episode of The Intellectuals. That's right, we wanted to have the 2 brightest minds in our city come together and talk about things, but they refused. So we settled for Poseidon and Guido, The Intellectuals, tonight at 8 p.m. And without further ado, let's go live to our famous news correspondent reporting to us from the South Shore, the southest of all the shores, George, just as Dad's Changerizos. Hey, George.
What's going on, guys?
You know what it is. I mean, we're here. We're finding out that the government is thinking about it, but apparently it's not confirmed yet. That tonight they might announce at the 5 o'clock in the PM they want to instigate all of the province to fight back by instituting a curfew.
Here's what I love. Remember the 1 or 2 last episodes that we did? There was literally no news. You know,
Yeah.
we were right in between the holidays, and suddenly as of Monday, all the news is all the news are back. You know, Christmas is over. Fuck everyone. Let's get back to reality. Suddenly, all the news comes down the pipeline. Well, I was gonna say exciting times, but it's not really exciting times. I mean, with all that shit happening, here's what sucks. You know, everyone is like, Happy New Year, all the best. It's gonna be a great year. People don't realize that, you know, January is just a continuation of December, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Nothing really changes. Just the number. You know, we went from 2020 to 2021. Nothing really changes. We still have to be careful out there, and there's still a pandemic. It's not like we woke up on the first in a brand new world. You know what I mean?
It's not like we have any science or stats to justify how we should be acting as opposed to what they're trying to make us do. No.
Well, look,
it's not like we have a demographic of people who are actually in danger. It's not like we have that.
Well, look, I mean, let's start off here in Quebec. I mean, since you brought it up, right? I mean, there's talk about a brand new lockdown as of Saturday that may last 3 to 4 weeks. We don't know. Of course, this is going to include, you know, the schools, elementary and high schools, the construction industry, and all other non-essential businesses. Basically, exactly what happened back in March.
For the record, I want everyone watching this to think about that for a second. As far as what's been essential and what's not essential, the second they say schools are non-essential services. Yeah, they really care about educating the population. Schools are non-essential.
It's schools and not essential.
Ah, okay, George. But why would you put schools with non-essential businesses?
Well, because you're enumerating what will be closed, right? So we have schools, and then we also have the construction industry that might close down, and
the construction industry, especially in this city, very, very essential. They're just gonna leave a bridge half done.
See, here's the big confusion. I thought everything was closed except for schools, because obviously I believe that schools are essential. Even though I was on the fence about them reopening, and we spoke about that in past episodes about how back in August, September, it helps spread the disease by opening up the schools.
Yeah.
I thought everything was pretty much closed. I mean, what more can you close? I mean, I don't understand. We're already on a lockdown. The only thing left to do is just basically control people from coming out of their house. And that's where they slipped in that possibility of implementing a curfew. Now, here's what I think.
George, this is absurd. I was watching people for 3 days now talk about it. Scientists, not doofuses like us. Scientists talk about this. And when I see people that know what the fuck they're talking about, and they're like, yeah, this is absurd. This is not what's helping. I found out about the ventilators. Did you know how many people we killed last year because of the ventilators? Did you know about this? I didn't know about this. I thought when they were demanding thousands of ventilators, it was because that's what we needed. But apparently we were putting people all around the world, not just in the U.S. and Canada, on ventilators too early, and we were blowing out their lungs.
Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah.
That's why now you don't hear about that anymore. Remember, it was like, get us more ventilators. Remember that shit? Get us more. You don't hear about that anymore because, like, okay, we killed enough of these people. So we fucked up on so many ways, dude.
Again, you don't know if it's the ventilator or if they were just too advanced with the virus. I mean, which one is it?
Well, from what I heard, they were giving the ventilators too early. People didn't need them, like as a preemptive thing. Like, okay, put them on the ventilator, and they were just offing people, but they didn't realize that that's what was happening.
Yeah.
Until took a while.
Well, I mean, look, we've spoken about how it's not only here in Quebec. I think pretty much all over the world, there's been a lot of improv going on.
Improv, yeah, that's what we're gonna call. We're gonna give them the benefit of the doubt. The improv. It's very good that they're talking about extending the lockdown and curfews now that they're all back from vacation. The politicians, thank God, right? Because they had done it a few weeks ago. Get the fuck out of here to your bullshit.
But here's the thing,
By the way,
guys,
listen to me.
thing,
I'm talking to all you monkeys out there that don't know what the fuck you're talking about. When I see tweets, people getting pissed off about the curfew, which they should, but then they write, "This is the fault of the people who didn't listen. Fuck them. They should pay." You're the problem, dickhead. You're the idiot that was saying to the government, do whatever you want. I'll rat on my neighbor. You were saying yes, 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 yes to the point where they're like, all right, well, we'll say anything because these fucking idiots go with it. It's not your neighbor's fault that had his mother over. It's your fault for being such a fucking doofus. God damn it. What about that fucking little girl? What about the little girl that died that was getting beatings every day? In Laval 3 days ago. What about that girl that they were saying they could hear screams happening every day, but nobody called the fucking cops because they didn't want to get involved. But those people were cool about calling the cops when they thought that people were having an illegal gathering, eh? You fucking monkeys. You're not heroes. Find me one of these fucking people that heard that girl crying and wouldn't call the fucking cops, but decide to call when there's an extra car in the driveway. Get the fuck out of here. You people suck. I hate you people. Carry on, George.
Yeah, look, this is sad, and this is a whole other story, right? Because this isn't new, and there's been a special committee in Quebec that's been studying the efficiency of the DPJ, the Direction de la Protection de la Jeunesse. There, I mean, the report was tabled. I'm not sure if it's finalized. I'm not sure exactly what is going on, but it was like a whole maybe 2 years now they've been working on that. It just seems that we're going nowhere with this. And I don't want to stray there, but it's really sad what happened up there in Laval.
Yeah, it's fucking. It's more than sad. It's crazy. It's crazy that I see this. That I see people ready to route their fucking neighbors for an extra car, but nobody wants to get involved when they hear it. Like, it's you people are awful. You're awful. And then when you talk about conspiracy theories about the elites, they want to kill everyone. When you do shit like this, I understand why. If an elite had a power that could kill people, of course they would kill us. Look at us, you fucking savages. Carry on, George.
Yeah, I mean, look, concerning the announcement, guys. Also, I mean, a lot of people are in panic mode, like yourself this morning. Let's understand one thing, all right?
Well,
it
I don't think this is panic.
I'm not in panic mode, man. I'm just
it's also frustration. Things are adding up, and then on top of that, you have the government saying, "Look, we're going to impose a curfew," and it's just a cherry on top, right?
Yeah.
But here's what I think. Something inside me tells me that all of this is just what we call political test balloons, right?
They're just posturing.
Sorry?
They're just posturing. They're not really going to impose a curfew.
No, it's not that. I mean, and it happens quite often, right? I mean, I don't think it's a coincidence that suddenly the announcement that was due on Tuesday was canceled for Wednesday, and then suddenly everything was leaked to the media. Like, we know exactly what they're going to announce. So what's the point of the announcement, right? So they postpone the announcement, they leak everything in the media, and this is just me assuming, but based on what I've seen in the past, it wouldn't surprise me if this is done intentionally, and then they just test people's reaction to it, right? They just follow the news, they follow the media, what's going on, what are people talking about, are they for or against the curfew, and I have a feeling that the curfew won't even come up in today's
I hope so.
conference. I think he'll be questioned about it. And I think he's just going to say, well, everything is on the table. We've said it from the beginning. We're ready to consider all options. But for now, no, there won't be a curfew. I doubt there's going to be. Listen, guys,
can't
impose a curfew. I mean, what the hell? Where do we live, man? I understand the measures, the strict measures. Stay home. We're closing the offices. Some businesses need to close. But imposing a curfew, dude. If I want to walk out in the park at 1 a.m. because I'm just sick and tired of staying home all day, there's nobody around me, I'm by myself.
You should be able to because you're in a free fucking country.
Why the fuck would I not be allowed to walk in the park? Why would you take away that freedom? You know what I mean?
I'll take it one step further. The reason why it upsets me is because any thinking, breathing adult, right, should be able to be like, okay, so you're telling me it is safe for me to do my groceries at 6, but if I do it at 8, I should be in jail. It doesn't add up. It doesn't make any sense. Like, yeah, everybody knows, but the virus normally takes a siesta. and then wakes up around 8. So you got to be fucking careful. It doesn't. Anybody who's thinking should get frustrated. But instead, when I see these people throwing their neighbors under the bus and be like, "It's the fault my neighbor. He was hanging out with his dad. He brought him over. It's because the people like him that we have to do curfews." How are you that stupid? How are you that easy to be divided so then you could be conquered?
You know what I think it is? I think it's people hate this situation, right? And they're such dummies. They're looking to point at a villain.
Yeah.
They're looking to find a villain. You know what I mean? It's because of him I can't.
The villain's a Chinese scientist in this case.
No, but you know what I mean, right? Is that they're so. Because the thing is, like the beating, the kid getting the beatings.
Yeah.
It doesn't it's not like a national thing where it prevents them from being able to go do something. That's why they won't get involved.
No, but the beating, the people that went on record now said, yeah, we heard yells, screaming every day, whatever. Those people that didn't want to get involved and call the cops. No, but I better not find out. Like, I better not be in the same room as a person like that.
Oh no, 100% scumbags. I agree with you, but I'm saying
I hate them
logic.
more than I hate the shitty parents.
Yeah.
But keep in mind one thing too, guys. I mean, and this is Shawmedy, right? I mean, we know we kind of understand the demographic in Shawmedy, and it's also a cultural thing, right? I mean, whatever happens, whatever doesn't happen in your house isn't your business, kind of thing. I mean, we all kind of grew up with that sort of mentality. You know, what happens in our house stays in our house, and whatever doesn't isn't your business, kind of thing. It doesn't surprise me one bit that the neighbors around there kind of shut their mouths. Despite the fact that maybe they assumed something was going on. I read an article where for months it was only the little boy that was waiting for the bus to go to school. The little girl was nowhere to be seen. Nobody questioned that. And then suddenly yesterday, I'm so shocked. I mean, and there was one neighbor that they asked, they're like, you know what? A couple months ago I heard screaming and I knew I should have called the cops at that point. I didn't know. I mean, you know, I don't know. I hate these situations, and it happens more often than we think in Quebec. You know, it's literally upsetting. I don't know. Poor little girl. You know, we don't know what happened to her, but they found her with second-degree burn all over her body. They think they either threw boiling water on her or they put her in the bathtub and they burn her with hot water. Like, who the fuck does these things, man? Who? What the hell is wrong with fucking people, man? You know what I mean? I don't know. But I understand your frustration, man. You know, when you have serious issues like that, and then you hear the government saying, "Well, you gotta stay home at 8," and we spoke about this, the side effect of keeping people in the house. And I understand that maybe this is what needs to be done. I get it's a priority, but there's so many side effects to this whole pandemic. People that have psychological issues, people that are suffering from domestic abuse and violence, and they're all constantly in that same house. You are increasing the risk, right? And we're seeing the consequences of all that. I'm not saying that it's the fault of the government or it's the fault of the coronavirus or it's the fault of any decision. It's just that the circumstances are such that, you know, there's much, you know, there's way bigger problems than the pandemic in certain homes, you know? So I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen. We're going to be getting more news on that by today or by the end of the week, I guess. But to get back to the announcement, like I said, I doubt that it's going to be as serious as everyone is assuming that it will be. Something inside me tells me that it was just a test balloon, just, you know, test the waters a little bit, see how people feel about it. Keep in mind one thing. I've been reading a lot online. A lot of health professionals are actually pleased that the government is taking these measures, and they're actually frustrated that it didn't happen sooner, as most of them had suggested. So yeah, a lot of the health professionals were wondering why the government was being so laissez-faire, you know, before the holidays. They should have imposed these measures before, and they're wondering, you know, okay, it's fine that we're doing it now, but these should have been done beforehand. And keep in mind another thing. I mean, this whole week is the week where people are coming back from their vacation in the south. It's gonna get bad. I think it's gonna.
You fucked me up, G. I'm not in the right headspace. I didn't know about the burning thing, and you totally fucked me.
Yeah.
That.
Yeah, it's messed up, man. It's messed up. It's messed up, and especially for people that have kids like myself, you think, how the hell can you fucking raise? How can you be a parent, right? How can you do this to a child? And apparently, a couple of days before, the kid was hospitalized. She had a cast on. So you know, broken hand. I don't know. Well, obviously a case of domestic abuse, definitely. And again, these are all side effects of this pandemic. People that were maybe getting services before aren't don't have access to them now. Who knows? Uh, but we seem to be oblivious to these realities. We're all focused on what the government is saying and what we have to do. Living a reality that is subjected upon us, by 5, 6 individuals up in Ottawa or in Quebec City, and we seem to be forgetting that people are, have their own situation going on. And have we forgotten about it? Have we neglected it completely? Are we making sure that these services are still available for people? There's a lot of issues out there, and we've spoken about it. It's sad, and it boils down to this. I don't know. I mean, we put the lid. It's like you have a huge bowl and you put the lid on it, and it just boils. At some point, fuck, it's going to explode.
Well, just to move on, because it's fucking with me. I don't want to think about that anymore. I mean, we're gonna fuck up the people watching too. Is any of this, because I've heard arguments about how a lot of what they do, like let's say even the tickets for the masks or for the gatherings, they're all very winnable in court. Is that true? I heard that because these are not. There's a lot of stuff that's unconstitutional. That's really you can't just keep creating new laws.
What I heard, and I don't know how true this is.
Yeah,
it's not an act. They're not. The fine is just a fine, and it's not based on any actual law that has been passed through the proper.
So if you fight it,
venues.
normally you win.
If you fight it, they shouldn't even bring it to court. Maybe I think.
Yeah, I've heard stuff like that too. I heard that or else it would be like in a free country if just somebody who's in charge could just start making stuff up and giving you tickets for stuff that no one ever agreed to. You know what I mean? It gets crazy. So I've heard stuff like that, but I don't know how much of it is true. I don't know how much of it is just people thinking they can do whatever they want, or I don't know.
I'm gonna search it up right now.
Check it out. I don't know if they'll give us any information.
I don't know. I don't know about the legal aspect of it, but in my mind, I mean, if the government passes even resolutions, or even if it's not a law, even if it's, I don't know, I think it would still, hold up. I don't know. I have no idea. I have absolutely no idea.
Keep going, Georgie. It's me and you. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, I hope he's fine, man. I mean, I know it's and to everyone listening. I mean, there's big issues out there, man. And it's sad that we've got into this, but I don't know. I'm just hopeful that things are going to get better. But to get back to your to the tickets and all these things, I don't know. I don't know about the intricacies of the legal stuff there. I have no idea.
So, what other news are you bringing to the table, G?
I was reading up on, just out of curiosity, on what's happening all over the rest of the world and how they're dealing with the coronavirus and how things are shaping up. And I fell on a story in Brazil.
Okay.
It kind of made the top of the.
I have a lot of friends in Texas.
Yeah.
And it's basically, I mean, they're wearing masks in stores and stuff, but it's basically business as usual. They had Christmas parties, New Year's. I know a lot of old people that are there too. And for them, they're kind of like, why is everyone overreacting since we're...
Isn't it crazy how...
you go to different parts?
Yeah. Like same country, but you go to a different city and it's like you're living in a whole other reality. It's like, what virus?
By the way, sorry to cut you off, guys.
Cut me.
Somebody posted like a PDF online, tickets during COVID-19 Montreal. This document provides general legal information, not legal advice. So it has information on the ticket.
Oh, nice.
So I'm going to read it. I'm going to let you guys know what it says.
Thank you, buddy.
So to go back to Brazil, things aren't looking very well over there. Yesterday, Brazil's president, Jair Bolsonaro, he announced that the country was on the brink of bankruptcy. and
that doesn't surprise us.
Laughing.
Well, what's their major export? Soccer players and asses, right?
STDs. Fuck.
Oh, really? I didn't know about that.
Yeah. No, but and the country is on the brink of bankruptcy, and there's nothing that he could do about it. Like this is a quote. We're almost bankrupt, and there's nothing I can do. He said.
I mean, to be fair, so is Canada. We just won't admit it. Go on.
At least he's saying, guys, there's nothing I can do. I'm sorry. He said that his main plan for a tax reform that he campaigned for isn't possible. He blames all this on the useless pandemic that has been fueled by the press. So
The
it's
press is
everyone
responsible
else's
for a lot
fault,
of
right?
the
It's the
fear.
pandemic's fault. It's a false pandemic. It's the press that is just giving too much attention to it. It's these people. It's these people's fault. And just a reminder. Brazil is one of the hardest hit nations. I mean, they had. I think this week I was reading they just ordered nearly 200,000 deaths.
Says you, George. You're part of the media.
Yeah, part of the media. Last 24 hours, they had 60,000 new cases, which a number of people believe that that number is much less than the reality because there's very little testing being done. So, I mean, the numbers are all skewed. We're not sure exactly how factual those numbers are. I mean, for Brazil's president, the economic collapse is due to the restrictions ordered by many governors. Around the country in order to fight for this pandemic. The government, in all fairness, the government had issued an emergency fund, but only for 9 months. And that basically only helped a third of the population. So we're talking about nearly 70 million people. And that ends this month. So there's mounting pressure, from crashing markets. There's a growing deficit. There's a national debt that is skyrocketing. So we don't know exactly what's going to happen. I mean, it's serious. I mean, Brazil is a huge economy. There are indications of a very potential political crisis. There's pressure mounting with calls for the president's resignation.
What's sad is how it's destroyed so many countries. It's sad what it did to China. Just decimated their production capabilities. It's just sad what happened there.
No, but I mean, we're laughing, but
I'm not laughing. I'm not laughing. I don't like what happened to the Chinese manufacturers. Isn't it crazy?
Of course, it's crazy. And we're talking about big economies. Imagine the smaller.
Oh, I'm just fucking around, George. They've made tons of money. I'm just.
No, I know. No, I'm not talking about China.
I'm just saying it's funny that this virus is so selective by race. It's crazy. Also by business too. It's crazy. Like small chain grocery stores, very dangerous to walk into.
Yeah, very dangerous.
The big chains though, Costco, they figure out a way to get the virus to stay out. There's a lot of little intricacies that the governments do. These scientific breakthroughs.
Speaking of large chains, have you guys walked into any of these stores like Walmart or Costco recently?
No, I sent him for any of that shit.
But guys, it's so scary. There's entire sections that are blocked off. It's like you can't go. It's like what? Where are we living, man? you can't buy. Like, who decides what's essential and not essential, man?
I need a toilet plunger. Get the fuck out of here, criminal!
No, seriously, guys.
You stick to the goddamn cucumbers.
Our tenant downtown in our condo downtown messaged us a couple days ago, last week actually, and he's like the washer and dryer or the washer is broken, doesn't work,
Yeah, my dryer's broken.
It comes
I've been trying to
together.
fix it for a month.
It's those stacked things there,
Yeah.
We're like, shit, like it's been a number of years. We're like, fuck it, we'll just get a new one, right? And I look at my wife, I'm like, are we even able to buy washer and dryer? She's like,
that's a good
I don't
question.
know. It would appear that it's essential, right? I mean, I don't know. So we look online, we find some specials, and we go to it was at Rona. We go to Rona, the entire section is closed off. I'm like, how can I buy a washer dryer? They're like, you can't. I'm like, what do you mean I can't?
Like, what do you want? You want your grandparents to die? You son of a bitch.
They're like, I'm like, how do I get a dryer? So anyways, my wife's like, you know what? Fuck it. We'll order online. So in store, right there in front of the guy, we order it. And it says there's instructions. Make sure that make sure you get a couple stuff for the installers to come. So we needed to replace the pipes. We needed to replace the vent, the aluminum exhaust thing for the dryer. And it's in that section, but it's cordoned off. And I go, I need to pass to get those pipes because I need to give it to my tenant when the installers come. I show them, I'm like, I just ordered online. I get it. I can't purchase it in store, but I need these things. They're like, you can't get them. I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
They're like robots. They're not using any common sense.
So anyways, there's a guy there that was responsible for that whole section, and he was just sitting there doing nothing. He was in that section on a computer. I'm not sure exactly what he was doing, but the whole section is closed. So I called him. I go, look, dude, can I have these things? So the guy brought it to me. He's like, here, take it. I'm like,
least.
Thank you. Fuck, yeah,
the guy's like, leave me alone, bro. I've been on break for 3 weeks.
You gave me work. I got out of my chair. Fucking shit. It's ridiculous, man. Honestly, it's scary.
I want to say something about the hospitals, about them being overrun. And I don't know about the overrunning, because the overrunning, I don't think if it's overrun, even if there's a lot of money, it's still gonna be hard to handle. You know what I mean? If there's too many people, even if it's like the best hospital in the world, you know what I mean, George? Everybody there's limits to everything. But I want to say the Jewish here, which is I think one of our best hospitals as far as it's the best. Like, well, so my mom went there on Friday. Yeah, because she wasn't feeling well, but not sick. Like she was having stomach pains and stuff for a couple of days. So bring her there. They won't let her go to the emergency because they're like there's too many people with coronavirus coming in.
And you don't want to go there either.
You don't want to go there either. So they kept her in like a separate waiting area, which wasn't a regular waiting room, far from the COVID. Well, what they assume people, they don't know. You know, people come in with symptoms. They don't want to take any chances. So this was on Friday, which was January 1st, right? So they had her in a different area to keep her safe. And there was one doctor, they told her, for the entire hospital. Yeah. One doctor. Yeah. So how the fuck do you expect him or the nurses or anybody, because, people are like, oh, they're not getting their shit done fast enough, this and that. How the fuck do you expect them to get their job done when there's one doctor in the like, the guy, how's the guy not go crazy? How does the guy, because mama tells me, you're the only guy. He's like, yeah, I'm the only fucking guy here. It's like, isn't that absurd? Isn't that a problem? They even did because they were going to do an ultrasound just to make sure everything's okay. They did it in where she was sitting. They didn't bring her to a room or anything because the guy goes, we don't want to take any chances. You don't have coronavirus. We don't want to bring you in a room, disinfect. You never know. So it was just but one doctor for that entire hospital. And that's like our big hospital here.
But we've spoken about how it's not only the Jewish. I mean, all the hospitals, they're short-staffed.
Yeah.
There's thousands of nurses and doctors that are on sick leave or they've caught COVID, so they're...
But even before that, I remember, because my friend's wife, she's a nurse, and I remember this has been an argument for years where they didn't want to put money in. A lot of people were leaving, going to different cities, different doctors too. They have to do, I think, their beginning here, and then they fuck off because of shit like this. They're like, I get underpaid, and then I'm going to be alone in a hospital and all that. The money should be going there instead of to a lot of other shit where we put money. The money should be going to these hospitals, man.
What is happening? What is happening with the private sector? I remember in the beginning, at the beginning of this pandemic, remember the prime minister was calling for all these doctors in the private sector to come and lend a hand. What is happening? I mean, that kind of disappeared in the news. We don't know what's happening with all these doctors from the private sector. I don't know.
I don't know what's happening with the doctors in the private sector. I know that regular doctors, again, even my mom's doctor and stuff, like, they don't know what the fuck's going on, and they're Greek guys. Like, she had done a blood test, and the guy didn't even take a look at it, and that's why she was like, oh, he'll call him back home. It was like 2 weeks where she was hurting. Yeah. So then finally when they went there, they go, yeah, shit, your doctor should notice this. And then when she finally got him on the phone, the guy's like, yeah, your tests look normal. And then my mom's like, what are you talking about? I just went this, and this. And the guy's like, he froze. He hadn't even looked at her stuff. He just left, like, they don't care. Like, but the whole understaffing thing at the hospitals, it's a huge problem here. And you put so much stress on the people that work there because there's no way out. Like, imagine you're one doctor, dude, and you're running around. You're trying to care for everyone, and you're alone, and there's not enough nurses, and then they're running around too. You're just overstressing and overworking everyone. It's fucking crazy. One doctor, though, here in our big hospital for a night like that, that's crazy.
Since we're talking about COVID and all these and everything going on around it, let's talk about something ridiculous that happened last week, and we spoke about it very quickly, not live, but through messages. And this is where it gets frustrating about the media, right? Because they are going to take any information and they're going to just report the way they want, right? And I'm talking about the $1,000 that they claimed that the federal government was going to give to the returning travelers because they were going to be forced to quarantine.
Oh yeah, explain that. Can you explain? Because I didn't know from the beginning. Like, I only heard about this last week, right before this happened.
Well, see, this is what's frustrating for me, because people are reading the news, or they're hearing about it, or they're scrolling through their phone and they're quickly reading the headlines. And it's like $1,000, Trudeau will give $1,000 to travelers returning, something like that. And everybody just went off the fucking rails. They're like, how can you do that? How can you, what kind of incentive is this? Blah, blah, blah. Here's the thing, man. He's not giving $1,000 for people
to go on
incentivize
vacation.
them to stay home. What happened, and this is where it's frustrating. What happened is that when the subsidy program that CERB changed to whatever it's called now, in that program, they had there's a section where if someone that is working in an essential service and has to stay home to quarantine, whether you never know, his son is exposed, or maybe his wife, there's a fear of her having been exposed to something, or maybe your kid caught it and you don't want to go give it because you may
Maybe
be
you
carrying the
exposed
virus or
yourself
whatever.
to your
And
neighbors. There's different scenarios, yeah.
yeah, so whatever, for whatever reason, you're forced to quarantine, and because of that, you're not working and therefore not getting paid. The government will give you $500 per week, so up to, like, if you have to quarantine for 2 weeks, obviously it's $1,000. So someone in the media was intelligent enough to look into this, and they're like, but these travelers that are coming back, if they don't go to work, it means that they could qualify for this $1,000, and they twisted the thing to suggest that Justin is intentionally giving $1,000 to these people returning so they don't go to work and so that they can stay home to quarantine. And
Look,
everything
Justin is a lot of things, all right, but he's not a guy that will support your vacation. That's crazy.
So I mean, it's just it's crazy how the media can just with the way they formulate their sentences or whatever. Everyone fell into this, man, and I was like, this is weird. I don't think this is what it means. There's a big difference between paying $1,000 to someone returning and them qualifying because of an existing program that the government made up, right? So, in any case, yesterday he came out. He did a press conference, and he mentioned that they would not be eligible for this $1,000 or $500 a week or whatever it is. So that issue is settled. And I'm not here to defend the Liberals. I mean, we've been bashing them from the very beginning of.
I'm not. This is not a political party thing. This is just a common sense thing. It's good for people to know, because I heard the same thing. I heard people telling me it's more worth it for you to go on vacation, because if you get an all inclusive and you come back, they're basically paying for your
paying
trip.
off your trip. Yeah, exactly.
And I was like, well, that doesn't make any sense. Why would they promote you to leave the country? It's just causing more headaches.
Yeah, no. Speaking of traveling, the last couple of days we saw how hypocritical our politicians are.
Really, George? Wait, hold on a second. Are you telling me that I have not been an asshole these past couple of months? That I've been correct about these scumbags?
You were saying that they're the best people.
Yeah, that's what I said. Yeah, I don't like politicians. They're garbage.
There's been quite a few elected officials across the country that decided, you know what, fuck what we've been preaching. Let's pack our bags and go down south and enjoy ourselves.
Here's the thing. I'm going to tell you right now. Here's the issue with me. I don't mind them doing that. They're free adults. They can do whatever the fuck they want. My issue is them doing that after they've been telling everyone else to go fuck themselves. And also, when most other people who would have taken a trip if they could now didn't, because they didn't make enough money this year because they weren't able to work. But these guys never missed the paycheck because our employees, the government, as far as I understand, we've been paying them this whole fucking time. So they never missed a paycheck.
Yeah.
And they told you to stay home. And fuck off. Don't take this so seriously. Just listen to the measures when you weren't making money. And then they went on vacation. That's what bugs me. It's not that they went on vacation. It's everything surrounding that vacation.
First, it started, and we spoke about this last episode, with Pierre Arcan here in Quebec. He was the former interim leader of the Liberal Party.
Any relation to Paul Arcan?
Yeah, of course. Brothers.
That guy's cool, though.
Yeah, he's the coolest. But you don't want him interviewing you. He's going to destroy you, especially if it's bad news.
Now I want him to interview me for bad news. I don't. What is he going to do? He's going to try to destroy me and be like,
at first it started. At first, it started with that news. So that one leaked. And I didn't really defend last episode. I mean, I didn't really defend him, but I kind of made the difference, the nuance between going and partying in an all-inclusive where you're dancing and you're fucking pouring drinks all over each other, and this guy leaving, going to a place that he owns in the Barbados, like it's his house. He's flying with his wife, with whom he's been in the same bubble during this whole pandemic. So at the end of the day, it really doesn't change anything. The only risk is catching something in the flight. And the guy got tested before. He got tested when he arrived. He said that he was going to get tested before he left and once he arrived back here.
Yeah, I don't mind any of that.
This doesn't excuse him, right? It doesn't justify anything. But I'm just saying that there's a huge difference between leaving, being irresponsible, and going to party with hundreds, if not thousands, of people, and just being with your wife and just leaving with that same person and going to your own place.
He can go blow every tourist in Cuba for all I care. I don't mind that. What I care is about everything surrounding the hypocrisy around it. That's what bugs me. It's not your. I'm not going to impose my.
It comes down to that.
Yeah, I'm not going to impose myself on you.
As soon as that story came out, the journalist went on a rampage, like calling everyone. I think they spent the holidays calling the elected officials' office to see if if the MPs or MNAs or whatever their title is actually stayed or left. And then we start hearing all these other names. There's a government. There's Yuri Chassin. He's in the CAC. He's in the government.
Oh, he's in the
Who
CAC
had to go
already.
to Peru. He had to fly to Peru, and it's just funny what people consider as essential, right? So this guy went to Peru, and he justifies like, listen, I didn't go to vacation.
I
This
had
was
a
an
spiritual
essential
awakening,
trip.
ayahuasca.
It was an essential trip for me. I had to go pick up my husband from Peru, who I've sponsored, and I'm like, why would you need to go pick him up?
He has a mail order husband. This guy's top notch.
I mean, I've worked in politics. I've dealt with immigration and sponsorships. You don't need to go and pick up the people.
Well,
If
no,
their
hold on.
application
If he's
passes,
never,
they fly in, and that's it. That's
well,
how it
if
works.
he's never met the guy, he just went there to inspect the goods.
He went to buy him.
Yeah, he
Oh,
went to inspect the goods. He went there. He's like, all right, Carlos, let's see. Yeah, your photos were correct.
I haven't seen my husband in a year, and we're in the middle of a sponsorship thing, so I have to go pick. You don't have to go pick up anybody, man. That's not how it works.
And now he's gonna come out and be like, "You guys misunderstood. I said I wanted to go pick him up." But again, I don't mind any of this. If you didn't, if you didn't attack normal people, I wouldn't give a shit. It's the fact that you have the balls to attack the people that make everything work, the people that pay your salary. You attack them, and then you go out and do what you told them not to do. That's what bugs me.
No, exactly. That's the whole controversy. I mean, look, the Ontario finance minister had to resign because he went to party with his wife. Alberta, guys, is off the rails, man. There's like at least 8 elected officials.
Alberta's a cool place, though.
It's like everyone decided, fuck this shit, we're out. And Alberta is one of the worst provinces in terms of dealing with a pandemic.
Fake news. Fake news.
Yeah,
You just
fake
hate
news.
Alberta because they're successful. Fake news.
You know, we even in Ottawa, there's our friend Nikki Ashton who got stripped of her responsibilities.
She's not my friend because she's a communist, but I
Yeah.
don't like what happened to her because her trip, even though she's a communist, was essential. She went to go take care of her grandmother who was passing away. As far as any other argument I've heard about going to blow your husband in Peru or going to shake your ass in Hawaii, whatever the fuck, hers was the only one that made sense. But that's what happens, man. You're part of the NDP. Of course, they're going to throw you under the bus. You can't trust communists.
Look, guys. Look, I want to be careful with what I say because obviously I'm sensitive to that whole thing. Okay, it's your grandmother; she's sick. But one, are you really the only caregiver for your grandmother? And if you are,
Let me tell you something. It doesn't matter whether you're the only caregiver or if there's 50 caregivers. If it's somebody that you love and they're dying and you're going to have to either stay home and not
Yeah,
see them
no,
or
I
go
guess,
there,
yeah.
dude, I would take the trip a million times. I would take the trip a million times to go there and be with them. So it's crazy because the only one that did something like that makes sense in this whole thing, and her, like, you don't have her party coming out and defending her or all that shit. I don't like that stuff. Like I said, I have my issue isn't with them traveling, even going on vacation. My issue is with them doing it now after telling everyone else to go fuck
right?
themselves.
I mean, there's nobody. The borders aren't closed. It's not like you're doing something illegal. The problem isn't that. The problem is you've been preaching for almost a year
Again,
now.
that's why I'm with you 100% on that. That's what bugs me. What
Yeah.
bugs me is that when no, you stay home, go fuck yourself. I matter, you don't. That's what it's the
yeah.
hypocrisy that bugs me. It's not the reasoning. I feel very bad for her. Phil was telling me the story. I feel terrible that they're making such a big thing over this.
But at the same time, man, she didn't advise anyone. She just packed her stuff and left. I mean, why don't you pick up the phone, call your leader, say, listen, man, this is the situation. I gotta go. I hope you can understand. Give a little bit of warning. I mean,
But you
and
know
at
what?
the
No.
same
In
time-
her defense, even though in her worldview, since she likes this communism stuff, that's what she should do, ask for permission to breathe. But in my worldview, I don't think she should have. She's an adult. She did nothing illegal. She wanted to go see a dying relative. It should be her right to get on a plane that day if she wants to and fuck off and go. So I'm willing to put politics aside with her and say that she's right about this, and she doesn't owe anybody an answer. She doesn't know anyone. She doesn't know her party leader. All right, she doesn't owe anybody an answer.
Yeah, but
I'm willing to put politics aside for this. Like, I don't like the way, because if she owes someone an answer, but the people going down south and the politicians fucking off, getting drunk in bars when we're supposed to go, they don't owe anyone an answer, but she owes someone an answer. Get the fuck out of here, man. This is crazy.
Well, yeah, go ahead, Poseidon.
I don't like the way they treat her. Like, honestly.
This is very, very eerie. Like all the shit that's happening, because I've been reading a book
Yeah.
called 1984, George.
Yes.
This is a perfect book for this time.
Look. And every page I read, I get more and more anxious.
Every breath you take, I'll be watching you.
yeah, basically.
Isn't it crazy how that book is still fucking relatable
Oh,
today?
it's super relevant now more than ever. It's the craziest
but
thing.
Here's the thing, because at some point, I'm still at the beginning. There's 3 parts to the book. There's part 1, 2, 3. Okay, I'm still in part.
I like
1.
how you said there's 3 parts. There's part 1, 2, 3. Because when you said 3 parts, I thought it was 4, 7, and 9.
Okay, look.
Listen, Pantelis, there's 3 parts. There's the introduction, there's the body, and then there's the conclusion.
I'm the king of adding non-essential information.
Yeah. You're not essential.
So, like, it's describing, like, I'm at a point in the book where it describes how this whole thing started and how basically the party turned against itself. Like, this is very, like, they seem to be starting to turn against each other. Like, this whole thing of her losing her rights. Like, it's starting to seem a lot like.
The problem is when you're not right, when you're not in the right, you're gonna inevitably, no matter how big your crew is, you're gonna eat yourself, right? Because one person's gonna call out the hypocrisy, is gonna call it that. That's why I'm telling people to stop jumping in with these politicians. Like, I'm with Trump, I'm with this. Stop being with a person.
Yeah.
Be with an idea that you agree with, and you could disagree with stuff. Just like her, the girl, Nikki, I do not like the NDP. I don't like communism. But I can't, just because I don't like that stuff, go against her, because that's against my principle. On principle, I don't find she did anything wrong. In fact, I think she's the one being treated the worst out of everyone, because she's the only one that didn't do anything wrong, and they're asking more of her than other people that were hypocrites and went on vacation. So you have to put that shit aside, bro. You can't just be like, this is my group. Because then you're like, oh, well, you didn't. The group said this. You didn't do what the group said. That's why people are ratting out their neighbors for having an extra person in the house or 2 people in the house. But they're not calling the cops when kids are getting boiled to death. That's the problem with this fucking stupid society. Well, I'm not there's no reward for that. But in the news, they say you're a hero if you say that your neighbors are having an illegal gathering. But you're not a hero if you save a little kid who's getting beat up for months. Idiots.
By the way, I don't know who told me this. Somebody told me this, that I don't know how true this is. You get compensation, by the way, if you rat out illegal gatherings.
Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah,
There's no way.
Where's
this money coming from, George? Why are we paying taxes?
Oh, no. There's no fucking way, man. Come on.
Hold on. Somebody told me this.
There's no way. There's no way, because where the fuck is that money coming from? I have not approved any of these budgets.
There's no fun. Dude, you know how many people would have made money?
Dude,
No, like, we're not.
You know what I would do? I would 100% keep calling, ratting out Poseidon, and every time they show up, the cops, they're like, "Oh, he was alone." I'd be like, I kept seeing him from the side. I thought it was 3 people.
Quebec gives police on legal tools. I don't know who told me this, but apparently, like,
police are paying people to rat out in Longueuil. Oh, get the fuck out of here!
Yeah.
Cops have nothing to do.
yeah.
so stop
there
a
you go.
rape.
So
What are
it
you
wasn't.
doing?
It wasn't like. So it wasn't.
It wasn't like an official program.
It wasn't an official program. This is like dirty cops,
Cash
basically.
money. It's cash money. They come
yeah,
over
yeah.
and
So,
slip it
like,
into your
Okay,
pocket.
that's different.
But then it raises the question: Are
No,
these
but
cops?
that's different. There's dirty cops all the time doing different stuff.
No,
That's different. You can't. That again sucks, because now you're just grouping all the. That sucks.
But then hold on. Where's the motivation for the cop to pay? Let's say he pays $100, right, and the ticket is $1,000.
Why the fuck would he do that?
Why would he do that? That means he himself may be getting compensation from the tickets themselves.
I don't think they're getting compensation for the tickets themselves.
Hold on for the
But
cop
maybe
to
it's
give
just
$100?
I don't know. Maybe they promote you.
I'm not that crazy, bro. Think about it.
You are that crazy.
Why would the cop pay out of pocket to give tickets?
Well, maybe if it's someone that they don't like. If it's a drug dealer that just keeps getting away from them, and he's like, you know what? Fuck this guy. I can't catch him selling, but I'm gonna catch him having an orgy. I don't know.
Maybe touche on that one, but it's still sus.
So
very
Pantelis,
sus.
you think it was an over exaggeration to strip her of her
Of course.
responsibilities?
Hold on a second. It's not so people have not been stripped of their responsibilities, and they went on vacation, or they went.
Most of the people that went, from what I've read, most of the politicians that went lost what they had. Some of them actually even resigned completely. And there's a lot of people in Justin Trudeau's party too. Yeah, we're talking about Samir Zuberi in the West Island. There's Kamal Kara that's elected out of Ontario. For me, what's funny, because I'm reading all these things and I'm like, it's just funny what now you're considering as essential. I forget what her name is Latanzio, I think, in the East End of Montreal. But her, it was mostly in the summertime that she left. But still, we're still in the middle of a crisis in the summer. she thought it was essential to go help her daughter, who is studying, I think, in England or I don't know where, in Ireland or somewhere there.
Help her with her homework.
Yeah, to help her move there because she's gonna go study abroad. What is she? 5 years old? Fuck.
You know what?
Like, I'm sorry, but
you don't consider that essential, but to me, I consider that essential. You know why? Because as far as I'm concerned, I live in a free fucking country. I am a free adult, and
you can do what you want, man. I'm just saying that it's just funny how the the arguments just changed suddenly, right?
but it's just
Everyone
also
stay
fucked up. Like, you're allowed, George. You can leave now, go on vacation, come back, do your quarantine. You're not
Yeah.
gonna lose your job. But if it's a politician that does it, they lose their job. And again, the reason why I'm mad at the politician is because of hypocrisy. I'm not saying they shouldn't have the same rights that everyone else has. This is my dilemma right now, is that I want people to understand why I'm pissed. I'm pissed at people that were talking about don't leave, don't do this and that. I'm saying the opposite. And then they go and they tell you stay home. That's what bugs me. But not the fact that they actually went. It's not the physical, like, there's two people in a plane. This guy's a politician. He's not a politician.
Yeah,
the politician needs to get arrested. It's
agree with
crazy.
you. I agree with you, and we're saying the same thing. It's the discourse that changes. You went from don't travel to but I have to because it's my daughter and she's moving. It's like what suddenly that became important. Like okay, and again I agree with you.
It's kind of like Jagmeet Singh.
Care.
It's kind of like Jagmeet. It's kind of like the Communist Party here leader, who's like preaching about fucking, equality and saving the goddamn environment. But when he comes here, he needs to make sure that he rides in the Escalade. He's got to rent the most expensive car. Like, come on, guys.
This guy is so fake.
Yeah.
Like, I can't even begin to describe
So
how fake he is.
That's the kind of stuff that bugs me. And then the amount of people that believe it, the idiots that take stuff at face value. And once you give them too many details, they get upset. Like, they get mad.
Nah.
I'd rather know the shitty truth rather than the fake happy lie.
Because they're robots.
Yeah, a lot of people seem to be
They're
robotic.
just robots. They're happy. Ignorance is bliss, my friend.
Ignorance is bliss.
They just want to, I'm okay now. I can live nicely. Can I live with a bit of lockdown? Yeah, I think I'm comfortable in my apartment.
I don't mind. It's not even the
what I
lockdown
mean?
that bothers me. I don't even think we used it properly. I think the way we did lockdown is completely useless, and we ruin people's lives for no reason. I think the only right way, and this isn't me as Pantelis, this is what I heard from actual fucking scientists. It's either you do it like a fucking hardcore 1 month, like a fucking bandit, you rip it off, so you actually kill it, or you don't do it at all. Because all you're doing is slowly killing off your businesses, and you're not helping.
Yeah, I guarantee you our businesses wouldn't have taken such a big hit.
If you did one hardcore month.
Yeah.
And these arguments are coming back now when he's suggesting a lockdown for 3 or 4 weeks. They're like, listen, dude, you can't do 3 or 4 weeks. It has to be minimum over a month.
Yeah.
Minimum over a month.
And it has to be a hardcore lockdown if you're going to do it. But now it's too late. He's basically, so you're going to do a full lockdown, 1 year later, after you've killed off so many businesses, you fucking made people now dependent on the government because they have no other source of income. And then now for another month, you're going to, like, fuck, I hate the imbecility of it all. There's such imbeciles.
At the same time, guys, what the hell is going on with the vaccination? I was reading the other day. I mean, everyone is pretty worried at the very slow rate at which things are advancing in Canada. We're behind other smaller nations. It just does not make any sense.
By the way, sorry to cut you off.
By the way,
again,
filling
George.
in for the role of Phil today, Spiro.
Hey.
Yeah, what were you going to say about the vaccines?
No. Before we move on to the vaccines, I want to say how imbecilic this shit is. Like the government. Like yesterday I went to go have lentil soup, right? Because I live alone at my mom's place, so I'm allowed to visit.
Have lentil soup, yes.
I'm allowed to visit. Because I feel like I was lacking a bit of iron, right?
Yeah.
So I needed some of that good iron.
Lacking a bit of
So,
semen.
Look, I've been masturbating a lot, bro.
What are you talking about? Just go.
Okay,
Okay, I'm sorry.
This is the morning
But
show.
I'm sorry. Okay, so you know how the bulldozers put up the signs for the snow removal at 7? Bro, these guys showed up before 7. I just went hard as fuck on them.
Good.
I was eating, bro, and they were about to tow my mother's car at 6:40, bro.
20 minutes
Bro,
before.
don't I go outside, start yelling at the bulldozer guy, start yelling at the
Yeah, what the
towing
fuck
guy.
does this? I've done that before.
Start yelling at the guy. The guy told my brother off. The guy in the truck starts telling my brother off. He goes, when you go to work, do you show up right at 7? So he tells this to my brother. I go, let me ask you, motherfucker, like this, bro, all aggressive and shit. I go, what does these signs have to do with fucking work? I go to what time you going?
You're obviously gonna show up before 7 so you could do your job at 7.
Yeah,
but you're gonna do your job at fucking 7.
Exactly.
When you have a fucking store that opens at 9, you have people at 8:30 coming in there shopping. You fucking idiots.
So I start telling him this, and he gets
Angry.
Yeah, no, because I don't like that kind of shit. I don't like that kind of shit because then they fuck you over. You set up your schedule to go at 55, let's say, take your car and leave, and then you go outside and your car's towed. It's crazy.
Yeah. But, and we're about to tow him, and the guy pulls up. Oh, and then this guy leaves, so then I go back inside, start eating again.
Yeah.
And then I hear the towing come. I'm like, oh, motherfucker. I just had bro, I run outside, bro, no jacket. Start yelling, what the fuck you doing, bro? What the fuck? With the tow truck guy? Bro, the guy froze.
Yeah.
Bro, the guy, and I had a mouthful of food. I thought, what the fuck?
Spitting
I'm
the
spitting
lentils.
food, bro.
Lentils coming out of his mouth.
Bro, I'm spitting food, bro, in the air, bro. This guy frozen, bro. He's like, oh no, this is how I die, bro.
Because I go crazy. I go, I'll fucking, they're gonna have to tow you in a fucking wheelchair because I'm gonna break your fucking legs. Like, you go crazy.
And
You go
the
crazy.
guy panicked. He goes, no. It's just, you know.
I'm just waiting till 7.
Yeah, well, that's what he said. He goes, I was just waiting to see what happens until 7. You know, I'm nervous. I'm like, that's what I fucking thought, motherfucker. And then the guy in the bulldozer, bro, is staring at me. And as soon as I look at him, bro, he puts his head down, bro. Bro,
Yeah, they don't want none of this smoke.
a scene happened, bro, yesterday.
Because
But
they're
like-
100% in the wrong. That's cheating.
Yeah.
You can't do that shit, bro.
But bro, had they told, I was gonna fuck him up,
biggest
bro.
scam. The biggest scam is in the summertime when they pass to clean the streets.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you know they have the sign. So let's say where my parents live. Like I can't remember. I think it's between 10 and 11. You can't park because on certain days they pass.
Street
and they clean.
sweepers. Yeah.
So here's the thing: you're there. You move your car. They pass at 10, right?
They
By
clean.
10:15, they're done.
Yeah.
You go back to park, and then the fucking ticket guy comes back around before 11 and tickets you.
Yeah, I hate that shit. That's a scam. It's like the guy, they already cleaned.
Yeah, but you
Yeah.
can't park until 11. Who gives a shit, bro?
Yeah, the reason I can't park till
because
11
you
is-
need the space for
Yeah.
the cleaning,
That-
and the cleaning is gone. So why can't I park?
But this
You know,
is the
like,
kind of
because-
shit that people don't stand up for because it's so illogical. It's clearly a money grab. It's, you work for us.
Yeah.
You work for us, you fucking idiots. Can you do that in any other job? Can you go to your boss and try to fuck him over like that?
No.
Like, it's so crazy.
Oh man.
But gee, you were getting to the vaccines.
Yes. Sorry,
Yeah.
I cut you. I was just.
I was just worried because we spoke about it last week, and I was like, "What's going on with the vaccination?" And I started reading up a little bit on yesterday. Canada is far behind any other major nation. I mean, guys, there was a list somewhere.
Why are you talking shit, George? We're number one.
No, we're not number one at all. Look at all the countries. This is per 100.
I've been injecting myself with maple syrup for weeks. I'm fine.
Per 100 residents. Number one, Israel, Bahrain, Scotland, Ireland, Iceland, then the
That's
UK, then the US, Wales, Denmark, Russia, Germany, then Canada.
Okay, but these are all super powerhouse countries. How can we hope to compete? How many people live in Canada, bro? 50?
Iceland is a super powerhouse. Wales, fucking Denmark,
Let me ask
The
you
biggest
something,
problem with
George.
Wales, bro, is that their logo is not a whale. Their
Scotland,
mascot is a dragon.
Bahrain.
Let me ask you.
Bahrain is top notch, bro.
If they were to once everybody gets the vaccine, right? They get the hospitals, the clinics, all that shit. Isn't that a way to open up? Like whoever.
Here's the issue with that.
No,
They're
because
not even
it's
gonna go back
it's
to
not
normal.
100% effective.
Yeah. So they're
still
telling
have
you to get the
it's
vaccine.
what is it? 95%, whatever it is. So you still have 5% chance of getting it. So people that have been getting the vaccine, they're still told to wear a mask and social distance and
Lockdowns and all that shit. So it won't change anything. I'd rather, instead of, for me, my age group, I'm not saying for older people. Oh, apparently, you know who's most at risk of fucked up side effects from the vaccines? It's so crazy. So the virus itself is, it's almost a death sentence to certain age groups and certain pre-existing conditions. Lung issues, diabetics, that kind of stuff, right? If you're obese. But youthful people, like people under 30 and stuff, it's almost like you take it like a regular cold. It's the full. What's fucked up is the vaccine, apparently, it's reversed the roles. The most
you
fucked
sick.
up side effects happen to the younger people. It's in their tests.
yeah, but
in their tests.
you're not supposed to take it if you're.
Exactly. Apparently, it's because you have a robust immune system, And that's what causes the so it's such a weird. So they go I was listening to the guy talking about on Rogan last month, and he goes, because of the stats, he goes, if I'm in that age group, I'd rather get the virus.
That journalist guy.
Yeah, and he goes, I'd rather.
Fucking says all kinds of facts.
Yeah, it was fucking good, that guy. Yeah, but he goes, I'd rather get it normally than fucking inject myself and fuck myself over with this. He goes, it's crazy. He goes, I'm not telling people not to get it or whatever. I'm not telling you what to do. He goes, but it's fucked up the way it works. Yeah, and also he goes just the danger zones of who is in the danger demographic.
But is the virus is the vaccine? Me, I heard that it's not. Normal vaccines they put the virus in the vaccine and essentially
it's not that kind of vaccine.
It's a preventable vaccine.
This is supposed to activate those antibodies or whatever.
Okay, so it's supposed to prevent.
Well, they don't know it'll prevent, but it's supposed to activate the same antibodies that you would if you got the virus, and then you learn from it. So it's not 100% because some people you could give them a vaccine, they still get sick. Some people you give them the flu vaccine and they get the flu that year. But I think the flu is in the flu vaccine normally, no?
Normally, yeah.
So that's why
I
they
said
get
this one. No.
Yeah.
This is a different kind. This is a revolutionary. That's how we got it so fast. Because normally,
I don't trust that. I don't trust. These are revolutionary things that I would rather take their time. Like when they're fucking with your system.
But like Florida, they got flooded with the vaccine, and everything looks good in Florida.
But Florida, they were doing whatever they wanted before the vaccine.
Florida never cared to begin with.
Yeah. So it's all if by that logic, it's always been fine in
You
Florida.
would think in Florida it's a older population.
That's what I thought too, but I don't know. Again, I don't. But then again, you have people who they at 100 something they survive it. So it's not a 100% sure thing. It's a lot of factors that have to go in together for this to kill you. But there's certain demographics that it's almost a sure thing. Like they go, if this guy gets it, he's fucked. Like there's certain demographics that's death sentence. Like especially apparently diabetes, dude. If you have a diabetes and you're overweight, it'll fucking take you out.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. That's what those are saying.
But I mean, look, I don't know what kind of deal Canada made, but I mean, and I was just looking at the numbers. I mean, we've received, as of December 31st, we've received here in Quebec a little over 88,000 doses, but we've only vaccinated a little over 30,000 people. So I don't know why we're taking so long. There's a lot of experts that are baffled since Quebec is actually known for its expertise and its efficiency in administrating vaccines. I mean, considering
Is that
the
something
flu,
we're known for? I didn't know
well,
that.
we're not known for. I mean, we perform pretty well. I mean, the number that they're giving, the comparison is during the flu, Quebec vaccinates over 250,000 people per week.
The flu is fake news.
You know what I mean? No, but what I'm saying is that you have the potential to vaccinate all these people because you do it for the flu. What's going on? Why can't we continue that rate, right? And I mean, the goal for the next couple of days is to reach 2,000 a day, which is far off what you normally do per week during the flu. So where are all the people? Where's all the personnel? And this comes back to what we're talking about before, where there's a huge shortage in the health system.
Yeah.
So it's worrying. It's worrying. I mean, when you don't have people to administer the vaccine, I mean, how are you going to plan on delivering it and making sure that everyone is okay? I mean, I don't know what the objectives they have. I don't know when they're planning to finish up with this. But
how many vaccines have we received, Canada?
Quebec has gotten over 88,000. I'm not sure across Canada, but Quebec has gotten until the 31st of December. We had over 88,000 doses
That we received.
but we've only vaccinated a little over 30,000 people.
But the first 30,000 people were like doctors, health people, no? Hospitals.
Well, no, it's also some seniors in long-term care facilities. Apparently, because I'm not sure if they have administered the second dose. But even if you had the second dose, you still have 20,000 doses left over. I mean, why are we taking so long to get this going? I don't know.
Could it be the people are not going?
Well, no, I mean,
don't blame
I'm not sure how they're running the list and how they have the priority, but I mean, that's where, the numbers come out, and Canada is like far behind any other country. I mean, you would imagine Canada would be on the top of the list of countries that are on top of the game here. You know what I mean? But
we also have to look at who's lining up here in Quebec or Canada to get the vaccine versus who's lining up in these other countries that are doing good. These other cities that are doing good, like Florida, I'm sure, because of an old population, they're all lining up. to get it.
Yeah, they're scared. They're older people, so they're all lining up.
Here,
so
who's doubting it? Who doesn't believe in it? Who wants to let the first wave of people get it and then see how they, react to it?
man, I don't. Personally, I don't
third
want to. I don't want to get it at all because even after everyone gets it, I don't. My demographic doesn't need it.
Yeah.
You get it? Doesn't need it. If I go through, I'll go through it if I get it, but I don't need it to survive. So it's just like a flu vaccine every year, right? There's some people that it's religious. They have to get the flu vaccine. I never got the flu vaccine.
Every year though?
Yeah, people get it yearly.
Really?
Every year.
Yeah.
Yeah, every year.
Yeah, I don't get that shit.
No, neither do I.
Yeah, that'll be. You see, like,
I think I've only gotten a tetanus shot in my life.
No, you've gotten more vaccines. That
Yeah,
was
you get
talked about
vaccines when
this
you're
in
a
the last
baby.
Yeah, when I was
episodes.
a baby, but that's it. I haven't gotten.
you got a
anything else.
tetanus shot because they were trying to protect the people around you, probably the metal.
I had too much lentil soup, bro.
Dude, I thought of something the other day because people are always bringing up Bill Gates.
Yeah,
So you know how Bill Gates was conducting a lot of tests in India?
yeah.
That doesn't. Bill Gates didn't go to India. That's got to be fake. Bill Gates looks like a strong wind will break him. Okay? And you're telling me he went to India where you have to take how many shots if you have never been to India, you're not from India to go there. You know what I mean? Like this
You
guy.
don't have to take shots
Yeah,
to go to
yeah,
India, man. Come on, it's not like you're going in the middle of the African jungle.
No, you do have
or
to take
whatever.
shots to go to India.
Are you serious?
Yeah, even Homer, when he went to our buddy took a trip to India, he had to take shots before he goes to India. They told him, yeah.
What?
Yeah, the
First time
planet
hearing
is our planet is very interesting and it's very weird. It's kind of
No,
like
I know that certain countries in Africa you need to take shots, but India.
No, they
Really?
say in
Africa,
certain
you have to
countries
go
in
to
Africa
shotgun there.
you might get shot. You misunderstood. No, you need to take shots in different. If there's regions where they have specific microbes that you're not exposed to,
Yeah.
they make you take shots to be safe. It's the same. This planet is so fascinating. It's like how accidentally they did a lot on purpose, but when they accidentally killed a lot of the natives. Because they were introducing bugs to them that they didn't know. Their immune system wasn't ready for it. And it was like, what are you talking about? The fucking... it's crazy.
It was actually apparently in India.
Yeah, I don't believe it, bro. Look at this guy. What kind of... So then, look at him. That's not Bill Gates.
that's
That's
not
an
Bill
Indian
Gates.
man.
Look at this.
Look at the car he's in, bro.
Yeah, bro.
At least he rides in style.
They have no heating in those cars, so they just put carpets all over the car.
Yeah, it's fascinating.
Uh,
Yeah, look, my buddy Gigi in the chat says he took his shots to go to. He took malaria shots specifically to go to India. Actually, I remember when I worked at EA, there was a thing about Hyderabad. Was it? They were talking about going to, and they had mentioned they go if you. Yeah, it's true. I remember that. But I didn't want to go anywhere. I was like, I'm not going to fly anywhere. You tell me I have to take shots for. I'm about flying there.
Oh, who had told me this? I think even to go to Europe.
No, I go to
There's-
Europe all the
there's-
time, bro.
No, but there's one shot that you.
I go to Europe all the time. I've never.
They recommend that you take.
it's never
and
happened.
I think I remember when I had went with my girlfriend at the time. She was you have to take it. I was like, get the fuck out of here. And I never took
They
it.
recommend. I never.
Yeah.
Do I go to Europe all the time?
Or I think my mother was telling me you have to take your shot. I was like, get the fuck out of here.
What shot? Have you heard this, George? You go to Europe all the time. Never heard of this. Maybe it was just for you. Maybe it was just a shot of air.
It's a shot of olive oil, so you coat your stomach for all the
yeah.
drinking.
No, it was just air. Like, let's try to kill him before he gets there.
Guys, what the hell is happening in the U.S., man? Have you been following the fucking insanity?
Did we secure the Senate? Did the
Yeah,
Republicans
they
win?
they won both seats in Georgia.
Who?
Bro, I'm gonna be honest.
Democrats.
I have
There were
not
there were
paid
elections in
attention.
Georgia. Now they one of them was fine, and the other one was too close to call. I read it this morning. So they won both seats in Georgia.
That's not good.
So
I have stopped caring. I have honestly. I've realized that it's unwinnable.
you know what the thing is, Pantelis? I agree with you 100%. Me too. I'm like, you know what? As soon as the elections were over, I'm tuning off from the U.S., man.
Even if the elections went the other way, I realize now, like I'm looking at it and all, like no one does anything and their hands are always tied and there can't be real change. Like that monster, that the military industrial complex, all the lobbying, the monster that it's become is to slay it. I mean, the fact that fucking Nancy Pelosi
I hate that.
kept her fucking chair, you see that these people don't care about you. They don't care about you.
she was reelected chair.
Yeah,
of the,
that's how you know that those Democrats were fake. The progressives, they were fake progressives. You put this so you see, there's no winning. It's all about lobbying. It's like a bill they were trying to pass. They were saying it's to help relieve people from their financial burdens during COVID, and inside they had money for Israel, and we're
but
gonna
did
give
you-
money. Just
the guy-
crazy
the guy,
shit. Bro.
The guy on Joe Rogan was going through it.
Yeah.
There was craziness in that.
That's what I'm saying. That's why. But they trick you because then they go, oh, they don't agree with the other side because they don't want to help you. But the other side wouldn't agree with it because they're like,
Yeah, but
what the
you-
fuck? We're talking about helping our citizens. Why are we giving this much to Israel? Why are we helping
And
gender
you would
studies in
figure they would
Pakistan?
say,
Why-
okay, let's dilute it by saying, okay, here's 2,000 a month because that's what Trump and them, the Republicans, they asked for, right? 2,000 a month
Yeah.
for every. So at least dilute it by giving the 2,000.
And then add extra shit.
Yeah, putting your
But
shit.
they couldn't because the thing is they have promises they made to lobbyists.
Yeah, okay.
So there's not
lower the
enough. There's
fucking-
not enough money. So the people ate. So
but
people
they cut
1,400
somewhere.
1,400 per person is the cut. So you get fucked. So the people that the lobbyists promised stuff to get it. That's what I'm saying. It's crazy. So it doesn't matter who's elected, who wins. It's more obvious now than ever.
Yeah, but at least if they would have secured the Senate, even
It
if
they
Joe
wouldn't change
Biden
nothing.
takes
It
it,
wouldn't- yeah, bro, all
you
these
can't really
sen-
pass anything.
They're
without
all.
the Senate,
Well, you think because the Republicans they're not corrupt? They're all corrupt, bro. They're all corrupt, dude.
yeah, just you're trying to pick the best of the worst. That's all you're doing.
And
But
did
what's
you see-
worrying? I mean, you guys heard about that phone call he placed to the Georgia.
I listened to the whole phone call.
I haven't listened to the
don't
phone
know-
call.
I don't know what. There was nothing wrong. He was
Come
essentially.
on, guys, there was nothing wrong.
Did you
What
hear
was
the phone,
asking?
George? Did you read or did you listen to the phone call? The
I
whole
listened.
phone.
It was an
I
hour.
heard excerpts.
Okay, so
Yeah,
stop
yeah.
talking,
I
George.
listened to the whole
George, I don't
thing.
want to hear from you. All right, not the peanut gallery. I'm going to hear from the man who
I
listened to the phone
whole
call
thing. I don't know anything about.
with your goddamn fucking CBC style news. I listened to 3 words and I made up a story. I don't want that.
Yeah.
And I want a guy who listened to the whole
The
thing.
clip that I saw on CNN and on Fox,
Was fucked up.
where the cutoff. It was the
Yeah.
one that they were all airing, and it was at minute.
'Cause they
and
always
30
do that,
seconds,
yeah.
But I listened to the whole thing. It was an hour, and pretty much what he's doing is he's going back and forth with those guys. They're I don't know, they're senators.
Yeah.
He's going back and forth saying, "Where are my votes? Where are my 18,000 votes? Like we know that there was 18,000, and they're like, no, there was only 11,000." He's like, no, there was 18. We have confirmation that it was 18. So find them. And
So we can
because
see what
I want
happened to them.
I want them because those are my winning votes. So they cut out the part where it says, "Where did we have confirmation of the 18,000 votes?"
Okay, and it just makes him
And it
sound
just says,
where
just
the, give
find
me
the
yeah,
other
just find
11,000
it. Yeah, that's fucked up. That's what I'm saying, George. That's why I don't like your
There's
form
nothing
of
wrong
journalism.
with the phone call, in my opinion. But
No, he was giving a bunch of.
George, you didn't listen to the full phone call.
Yeah, but no, I'm telling you the part that I listened to, just that segment. I don't need to listen to the before or after. Just in that segment.
Of course you do. You
what
need.
He was
you-
saying.
Well, no, because you need context.
Of course, you need the context. He placed. We know the context. He placed a call to get his votes and to pressure them to recount.
Yeah.
But somehow go and find 11,780 votes, dude. They did it twice and they can't. And every.
But what's wrong with him asking for that?
only saying is, I know that I won Georgia. Find me the win.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
But either way, this is all stupid because I can't see how this can be turned around.
Well,
Like
if he
right now,
wins-
everyone's moved over.
If they flip Georgia, I think they were going for Georgia, Arizona, and Pennsylvania.
There's no, I like,
Hey, so see,
and I'm not saying that the game's not rigged, but I think the game's always rigged. But if the
I don't
game
think
is
he's
rigged,
not going after. He's not going after the goal. I think his goal, okay, Trump's end game is not to flip the states and win the election.
okay,
It's to prove
that there was fraud.
Yeah, to prove fraud.
Yeah.
And then even if he still lost, because they prove the fraud, even if it's a bit of fraud, the whole thing is disqualified.
I know, but that's
they
fuck.
haven't been able to do that, and it's been 2 months now since
Well,
the election.
because it's hard to. Well, there's clearly there's fuckery afoot, but I mean, it's too hard to get people to agree with that. Because then what's fucked up is even these people, these senators in Georgia, you're asking them to do what? To admit that the system that they're part of is. It's kind of like here when we had that whole situation about remember racial profiling and all that. Like it's very hard, even if they know, even if it's aware to everyone, because everything crumbles after by you admitting that. Because
No,
then
but guys, it's
everything
fucking
comes
funny.
into
The
question.
the guy's telling them recount it, but this time bring people that will find the problem. Don't just bring anybody. Dude, what are you talking about?
That's
know-
actually
you know
that's
what I
actually a good thing
understand?
to say. Yeah, I want qualified people. I
You know
get
what
that.
I really
Yeah,
don't
okay.
understand?
I'll send you the people that are gonna count. All right.
that what he
Don't worry
said?
about it. No, he didn't say that.
So then what do you say, George? Don't become CNN, George.
You know what I
No,
really
I'm
don't understand?
paraphrasing, basically saying that, look, man, you're gonna recount, but make sure you have people there that are gonna be able to find problems.
Look, you
What's
need
wrong
people
with
that
you?
can count up to 11,000. You've had people that can count to 800. It's good, but we need people that can count up to 11,000.
Why the fuck? Okay, and this is a serious question. Why do we still have in 2020? Okay, that your phone can tell you how long it's gonna take to get from here to Toronto and so on and so
Yeah.
forth. Why is the election, the presidential election, still being counted by humans? Why isn't there a fucking computer?
Well, I'll tell you why.
You sign your name.
So far, wherever there's been computer, even the Dominion stuff, there's been it's easy. It's easy. There's always fuckery. What happened with Bush? Bush didn't
but
win
the
the
Dominion
second.
thing, that whole
Bush
thing
was
is
given
they
the
get the
second
ballots.
his second term. You remember that, George? But he didn't actually win it. The second term was the most fucked up thing. So that's the problem with it's the problem isn't the machines and the problem isn't the people counting. The problem is us, the people living. The scumbags is true that we no dude. The problem is it's us because behind every computer is a person. The problem is us wanting so badly. You get so invested emotionally in the person. You get so invested in them that you want them to win. You haven't seen all the fuckery that happened with the people that are like, I threw out the votes. I'm a counter. I didn't count the Trump votes. Oh, I didn't count the Democrat votes. Fuck Biden. Fuck this. So instead of doing your job neutrally, it's kind of like me before when I was talking about the NDP, when I was talking about Nikki. Instead of me being honestly giving my opinion on what I think of that, just because she's part of that party, being like, no, fuck her, she should be in jail.
But I'm saying no ballot, no physical
we're the
paper
scumbags.
ballots. The scumbag, the guy behind the computer,
Yeah.
can't say, okay, this, yes, fuck you. This, no, we're not going to count it. This, yes, okay. There shouldn't be any physical actual ballot or whatever. There should just be a fucking thing like on the way you send.
I know, but you could fuck up anything. You could scam.
You can't. The computer.
People
I
get
think the
dude.
fuckery
George's
is that the people-
Facebook account, George's public Facebook account got hacked by a bunch of Koreans the other day. With Vietnamese, Vietnamese, and they took it over.
Remember when we got a bunch of those comments too on that one morning show, bro?
Yeah, the one morning show that he announced that he was hacked, we got all kinds of Korean messages in our
Okay,
robots.
any fucking moron with a computer degree could hack a Facebook. That's
No, but what I'm saying is anything is hackable. Anything is hackable.
Okay,
anything.
you're the fucking government. The government could fucking put a.
It's a
file-
private company that's going to build it. And even, this is what you're forgetting, not even an outside hack, even an internal hack, even a guy that works at the company that does the voting stuff, a guy who, let's say he's super Trump or super Biden or whatever he wants, he can make sure nobody knows and backhand and fuck it up. Be like, yeah, that's not me. There's always fuckery. So they think that the best way would be to have, let's say, people from both sides, like people who belong to both parties, counting all the votes. The problem is that in this case, it didn't always happen. Sometimes in certain places that were the case that were on edge, one side was not allowed to go in. And then it would cause, like, no, call the cops, you're not allowed to come watch the poll.
But even
and
yesterday,
then that would cause.
in Fulton, they were a judge had to go.
That's what I'm
you see
saying.
that?
So that would cause problems when they go, no, we only want Democrats or we only want Republicans to read this. That causes problems. Again, it all comes down to us, human beings. We're the scumbags are the problems. We're not mature enough to have a fair form of democracy. We're not mature enough. We're too stupid for it. We're too tribal. We're too. Nobody wants
what
to
I
say
feel like.
what's good for everyone. They want to say what's good for me. And people get scared to lose. People don't want to be like, oh, my candidate lost or whatever. They want, no, it was cheating. That's what, like, everyone is on that bandwagon. And then you get so invested in it, it's too hard to separate.
But that's why I feel like that's what the Trump administration, that's what they're going after. They're trying to prove just a bit of fraud so they could say, look, the system that we have in place right now sucks the bag.
Look,
We have
if
to
there's an
switch it.
adult right now, if there's an actual adult living in North America that does not know that there's fraud and does not understand that the government is corrupt and there's so many gaping holes in the lobbyists, then you're not going to convince them with anything. You're not going to convince them. Like, if there's people who still believe that this is all on the up and up, and it's like, no, they're not lobbyists. It makes sense. You give your citizens $600 and you give Israel a few billion. It makes sense. Like, if these idiots
thing
don't
is-
realize that it's corrupt, you're never going to convince them. So there's no point.
Unless they
But
wake
I
up.
understand the giving money to foreign countries. There's like, okay, they have to do somewhat peace deals, right? Like, there's got to be they got to give to get. I understand that. I understand giving money.
But it
not
should be in another
fucking-
bill. It should not be part of this. It should not be part of
Yeah,
helping
okay.
your local economy. Because, dude, imagine people that haven't received anything, no stimulus for months, no job, they're not allowed to go to work.
They're homeless.
Dude, people, they're maxing out their credit cards. Dude, it's getting super, super bad. That's why I'm saying, how the fuck did Pelosi,
But
who
for the
blocked
people that
this?
are not working right now, in the States, it has to be a CERB like they have here.
It was the stimulus check. That's what I'm saying. They haven't received stimulus in months.
Not that.
And now they're going to get $600. That was why people lost their minds.
They did the first. They released that first
in the
stimulus bill.
beginning.
Okay.
So how are you going to live off that? How are you going
But
to
that
live off?
wasn't $2,000 once. It was like they did it for I don't know a few months.
No,
No, it was
Yeah.
1,200 one time.
it was $1,200 one time. Yeah, it
For the
was.
last 6 months, the American people only got $1,200.
That's what we're saying.
Not that.
Yes, that's what we're saying.
Yeah,
it's not like here.
It's
That's
not
what we're
like here
saying.
Where we got the
That
serve,
guy's
bro.
gonna fall off his chair.
Yeah, you're gonna, dude. That's what we're saying. That's why.
No.
Yeah, bro. I feel bad for people, dude.
Yeah, no, it's bad in the States, bro. Bad, bro.
Yeah, dude. Even here, I feel bad for people. Like, people just want to go to work.
Here, people got the CERB and still became homeless, bro.
Yeah,
For
that
a
is
bit.
true. That's
You
true,
know what I mean? Imagine the States. Well, because imagine, bro, if you have expenses of $6,000 a month.
Yeah,
bro,
you
have
already
this
have
crazy-
it's
you know what I mean?
crazy, dude. It's
And then this happens. Nobody can expect this, right? You know what I mean?
You're seeing what the guy from Barstools is doing there. What's his
Bro,
name?
El Prez, fucking David Portnoy. Of course, I'm the one who was fucking tweeting about it here. Fucking Montrealers are not aware. This guy's doing more than the goddamn government. Millions he's raising. He's getting regular people, his famous friends, everyone to donate. He has this fund. And he's going to these struggling businesses, real struggling businesses, not like McDonald's in Arkansas.
On YouTube, he goes tries everybody's pizza.
Yeah, exactly. That's
Exactly,
it.
yeah.
But this proves what you've been saying the whole time. Is that don't rely on the government, rely on ourselves.
Yep, I've
on
been
your
saying this for a
community.
while.
You've
Yeah.
been saying
you
this, bro.
rely on the fucking local community. You rely on your brothers and sisters, the citizens
Yeah,
around you.
well,
No, for real, grassroots.
Yeah.
You rely on the people around you. The government is so inefficient.
Yeah.
It's so inefficient. All they do is all the money is what. Even if you give the government money, they're not create. The government's not a bunch of scientists. They're not. It's private industry that's going to do it. So if they get more money, all they're going to do is add more people to a council and then get them. And in the end, they're just going to try to get a budget to pay a private company to do a job. You don't need bigger government. You need smaller, more efficient government. You feel me,
look,
G?
you see
You
what's
feel me?
happening in other countries, especially the U.S. You know, and then you realize how lucky we are here in Canada. I mean, look, we're criticizing the government, we're bashing them almost every episode, but at the end of the day, they did so much more than any other country. Of course, we're gonna have to pay for it, right? I mean, we're getting fucked at the end of the day. But I mean, a lot of people got helped here in Canada. I mean, it could have been better. Obviously, it could always be better. But considering what the Americans had.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't say they didn't do anything here in Canada. I mean, we're lucky. Considerably, we're very
We're
lucky.
considerably lucky, but you know our pensions are non-existent. Our kids are going to suffer. But what's crazy is
You're really stuck on this pension thing, huh?
the pension thing is fucked, dude. Because people work thinking. A lot of people spend their lives working jobs they don't like, thinking about the pension, thinking about you know what I'm going to have on my old years. So try being told when that happens. Oh, are you crazy?
Bro, I used to work at a place where we had employees that were 70-something, bro. And the reason why they had to work part-time was because their pension couldn't pay their bills.
Now imagine here. Imagine
is
here.
There,
Hold
is
on.
there is there real stories like this?
What are you talking about?
Yeah.
I worked with people like this.
Yeah, of
But
course.
he confirmed he couldn't get his pension.
No, they
No,
would
no.
get pension, but it wasn't enough to
Yeah.
sustain.
Yeah, but you know that. Like,
No, you
everybody-
don't
if
know
you
that.
Work, if you work a regular fucking job, you're
Yeah.
gonna get maybe $1,000 a month. You can't live on $1,000 a month.
No,
No, bro, these were
Yeah.
these were not McDonald's workers.
Yeah,
These
yeah.
guys were engineers on.
Okay,
for,
but they
for-
knew. They must have known all those.
No,
years.
no.
Yeah, man, like,
No, that's
they
not
cannot
the-
tell you
they
today
didn't.
you're gonna get
Squirrel,
$5,000, and then when you
Of
retire,
course
they're
you do.
gonna-
That's what they did with the
course.
cops here. Don't you remember with the cops here when they're protesting? I think the
Because-
teachers' pensions were fucked up too. That's what they do.
Because you know why? Because it's a fund. It's an
Yeah.
you buy into it.
Yeah.
Your pension. That's why it's an investment, and then the investors fuck up the pension fund.
Yeah.
That's how it works. Has nothing to do with the.
How much money you put in?
The
There's-
public sector jobs, guys. There's no way that pension ever gets fucked.
They
I mean,
weren't-
it's
they were-
managed
no,
by
no.
the
You're talking about
candidate pool.
government employees.
No, like police officers, teachers.
Yeah, government
their pension
employees.
is secure. There's no problem.
No, weren't they?
Whether
weren't
it's
they
enough
protesting?
or not, that's whatever. That's
Hold on,
debatable.
weren't they protesting the cops wearing those fucking leggings a couple years back because
Yeah.
they
I
fucked
know,
up their
because,
pensions?
well, they were renegotiating. It's not because they weren't getting it. They just wanted a better deal.
What are you
So
talking
that's
about? I
what I'm
remember.
I don't think-
I remember them talking about completely like cutting their pension in half.
Yeah,
and
they go,
shit.
yeah, you fucked us up. We're not going to accept this. Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
like,
no, that's
bro,
what
I
I'm
would
saying.
just
It was
hire a
but it's
shark
not,
of a
it's not,
lawyer.
no, they didn't lose their pension. It was because what the government was proposing was for cutbacks in the pension. But that was the whole that was the whole deal. That's
My
what they-
pension
it's
is
not
a
because they
gun.
lost it.
If I
thing is-
make
the
it to
thing is-
65, I'm shooting myself.
Guys, I've seen a lot of these cases where people would come and they're like, listen, I need help. And you have these old Greek guys that used to work under the table for like 30, 40 years.
Yeah.
And they're only getting the old age pension from Ottawa. That's like whatever, $600. What is it? $800, something like that. It's like standard for everyone.
So there's
They're
two
like-
different. There's two pensions. There's an old
Yeah.
age pension and a pension that you get as compensation for working your whole life.
In Quebec. So there's the federal and the Quebec. Quebec
It's
is based on
$1,200,
your
you know?
it's based on your revenue. So whatever you've declared, you get whatever calculation they make from that.
Yeah,
And
but
then
that-
you get
you
the
know
federal
that.
pension, which is standard for everybody.
Yeah.
I think it's $800, something like that, or maybe even less. I can't remember. So if you haven't declared anything for the last 30, 40 years, if you haven't paid into the Régie des Rentes, you're not getting a pension. You know what I mean? What do you want the government to give you if you
But
haven't
that's what I'm
contributed?
saying.
want the government
People
to give me
must
dick.
know what they're getting. They know, like, it's not a surprise when you turn 65.
No, there are surprising stuff like if there are surprises in the pensions that you pay into, not your government one. You know what you're gonna get when you're old age.
Yeah.
We're talking about where you work. Go check Poseidon. Go fucking flip out on these fucking people. Who the fuck's ringing the bell? Someone's ringing the bell here. We don't have any guests. I don't allow any guests here. So yeah, basically stuff like this, like they fuck around the people. I guess the Teamsters or whoever's in charge of your pensions, your pension plan. Sometimes they put money into the wrong places, and they fuck you over. Is it for me or Phil? It's for Phil. So Phil's disturbing the show? Okay, I got it. I'm noting it.
I mean, look at you, Pantelis.
Thank you.
You're self-employed, okay?
Yeah.
If you don't take care of putting aside whatever amount to the Régie des Rentes,
Yeah.
you're not getting a pension.
Yeah, I don't want a pension.
You know what I mean? You're not.
I want to take care of myself to the point where I don't need the government.
That's it. So you're responsible for your own finances, but and you don't have to. If you're self-employed, you don't need to contribute to the Régie des Rentes. You don't have to. But when you're 65 or 70, don't come complaining, which is exactly what happened to all these. And there were so many calling.
Yeah, but these were not self-employed people. These were under-the-table new immigrants.
Yeah, but they didn't know. They're like, oh man, okay, I was getting paid. Where's my pension?
That's funny.
How much did you declare? Nothing. I was getting paid under the table. I'm like, sorry, what do you want me to do? You know.
I was working under a pseudonym.
And then you have the biggest controversy of all, and this is we're talking about the federal pension because it's an old age pension. It's standard for everybody. You have, and this is the main complaint, right? You have people that have been working here for 30, 40, 50, 60 years that are going to get the exact same amount than a new immigrant that comes here. Let's say, for example, and we saw this happening with a lot of South Asians. They come here, they're in their 60s, for example. As soon as they turn 65, boom, they get it.
Isn't that fucked up?
It's a little fucked up, yes. Isn't it? Like you've worked 40 years and you're getting the exact same amount like some guy that just came in here like 5 years ago and happened to turn 65, you know?
Yeah, that's a little fucked up. Yeah, the system. Are you saying that the system is broken?
So if you're on welfare all your life, you could get this pension.
Yeah, the old age pension, you just get it for being old.
You get more. If you've been on welfare, you get more because
What?
you get the supplement. Yeah, of course.
Excuse me, wait, what?
Oh, no, he's
Hold
gonna
on,
flip.
call my
He's gonna
accountant.
flip
We're
the
gonna-
table.
Hold on,
He's
hold
gonna
on.
flip the
Company.
table.
Hold on,
Stop! You're making him angry.
Hold on. You telling me, George, some lazy motherfucker from Hochelaga Maisonneuve doesn't work his whole
Specifically.
motherfucking life, okay? It's an example, all right? Don't get angry. It doesn't work his whole fucking life, and I've been busting ass since the age of 15, bro. Working my ass off every fucking day almost of my
And you
life.
both reached 65
And
at
we
the same
both
time.
reached 65. I've worked overtime, bro, at dealerships, 70 hours
Doesn't
a
matter.
week, bro.
Look at his face. He
Busting
knows
my
he's
ass,
gonna
bro.
say- yep.
I've grown bunions on my feet, bro, from fucking standing up too long, motherfucker.
I
You
blew
tell
a
me
man for a promotion.
the same motherfucker, bro, that doesn't work his whole life is on welfare is gonna get more money than me once we reach the same fucking age. We're born in the same year, same month.
Let George answer the question.
Yeah, because he's declared
Yeah.
less than you, so he's going to get a supplement from the federal government.
You don't understand how mad he is, guys? He is fuming.
No.
Look, it all depends. I don't know. I mean, if you have like a certain pension plan, there's some investment going on there. I don't know what the deal is, but in general,
You fuck.
he has declared much. I don't know if it's going to come more than you, but he's going to get much more from the federal because he's getting the supplement for sure.
You have no idea the rage happening right now with Poseidon. It's all a game, Poseidon, and you're not playing it right.
Well, just
That's
go
why I
welfare.
told you.
Fuck it.
You have to look out for yourself.
But you gotta give it to the people on welfare. They live with like fucking $500 a month. How the hell do you do that?
Well, I found out the other day from a friend. Well, the way it works is they get 800,
Yeah.
and then you can file for mental issues, okay, and get a couple. I think. Like
Yeah, I know.
800
But
bucks
if you
more.
do that, let's say you do
Hold
all.
on.
Let's say and you do manage somehow.
Hold on.
1,600 bucks.
Spro.
But no, hold on.
Wait,
because
I'm not even done. Hold on.
Before you continue, I just want to say that I know how it works. We know people in the hood that's their life, but the way they live. Because it's different if you're older and you can't get a job and this and that, then you take it. That's when I
That's
want
different.
socialism to
No,
work,
no,
to take
yeah.
care of people that can't work.
Exactly,
But if you're
100%.
young and you just don't want to,
Exactly.
the thing is there's a ceiling. That's all you're getting. You get it?
Yeah.
So your lifestyle is going to be capped at that. So I understand the people you're talking about, and I know the example you're trying to give, and he likes living like that. That's his lifestyle. I wouldn't be able to do that, especially when I'm able to go work. I'd rather go be working at 5 different places at once than do that.
But you know what? There are some smart people who fuck over the government like this, like the Indian community in Park Extension. Bro, they do this shit.
I know.
But they're working. They're working on their.
Stop accusing people, bro. It's the Indians in Park X.
No,
No, he didn't say all the Indians.
No. I'm not saying all the Indian. I'm just saying they're smart. I'm for them, by the way. I'm for this. The like, if you're gonna do that and you work on your hustles and shit, bro, all the power to you, bro. Fuck the government. But you know, so
The best
But
scam.
then you have no credit. You have no
Yeah.
credit score. Like,
So that's what I'm saying
You
is
can't go buy a car.
yeah.
You can't go mortgage a house.
Yeah.
You're gonna go to the bank and say I've been collecting welfare and I'm a bit retarded, so I get 1,500.
no, but they have.
You can't
hold
do
on,
that
hold
shit.
on. You're right. But there's ways around it.
I have a business idea. I'm a little retarded though.
No, but the way they do it, that like I've had friends that have explained it to me, and the way they do it is smart.
Bro, I have clients who are fucking millionaires, and a lot of times when they have too much when they have too much, they have 3-4 mortgages, they have car payment, they can't get approved for mortgages and for
Really?
Yeah.
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 Oh,
that's
If
crazy.
you're leveraged too heavily, they
man,
don't want to
they're
take a chance,
maxed. Your
especially
capacity
now.
to borrow is zero. But keep in mind also, if you're on welfare, you get a bunch of other advantages, right? You get dental for free. You get all these other things.
Yeah,
that
that's
you
what
can
I found
walk
out.
into.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, so some people, what they do is they go
You
on welfare.
sign me up for welfare. I'll fix my teeth.
If you're on welfare, you walk into the dentist, you get your dental care for free. I think even for your eye care too. I'm not sure.
Well,
but,
Can I say something that's actually a good thing that we have here? Because I'm not talking about scams. I'm talking about people who are welfare because they need welfare.
Yeah.
I like knowing that at a minimum they're taking care of, because dental's expensive and all. So I'm happy knowing that my money's going. Forget the scams, because anybody could scam. I'm happy knowing that. I think that that's a good system. Like if you're gonna protect someone that can't. You know what I mean? I'm happy with that. Because taking advantage, it's not having welfare that's the problem. It's the fact that we have all these holes that we allow people to fuck us over. That's the issue.
Yeah.
But it's not taking care of people that can't work.
Yeah,
You
the
get
people
it?
that need it, for the people that need it, you're absolutely right, 100%. And I think I've told you guys a story. It
Oh,
was back-
yeah.
But the issue is most of the
Dude,
people.
no. George learned the hard way that people are idiots. Listen to this.
I mean, look, back in it must have been 2010 or something like that. We were in power, obviously, and there was an announcement that was going to be made on how to change the whole eligibility for welfare. And they were going to cut back, like people that weren't, like if you're 30 years old, like, dude, you're not going to be on welfare. You know, so they were going to restructure this whole thing. And they decided to come do the announcement in our riding. You know what I mean? So we're like, what the fuck is going on here? We don't think, we don't want it. But at the same time, it's the premier, right? So you can't really refuse. We do the announcement in Villeray, and there's fucking demonstrators everywhere. Don't touch the program. You're not thinking about the poor and all that. And I'm looking out the window, and guys, there's like hundreds of people, and I'm seeing 30-year-olds, 20-year-olds, people that can take me and juggle me. Fuck, it's like, how are you on welfare, dude? Like, how are these people on? Like, what is going on here? Yeah. Like, you would
the real
expect
question is-
welfare people that are handicapped or they have some disability or whatever that they can't work. But to be 30, 40, even 50 years old and on welfare, dude, it doesn't add up, man. It doesn't add up.
You know what's even worse? If we have this program that you could get all this money and you could do fuck all, and like you said, there's 20, 30-year-olds. How are there homeless people? Just go on welfare.
That's a different story.
That's a different story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a whole other can
A
of
lot
worms.
of it is
There's
around
low-income housing.
No, but a lot of the homeless people, it's not like new homeless. A lot of the homeless people is mental conditions. A
Yeah.
lot of them are older, so they can't even get
So
work.
they can actually apply for that fucking extra bonus.
No, a lot of them, it's mental issues when they get there. It's like hospitals don't want to deal with them anymore because they don't have families. There's a lot of weird shit.
A lot of them want to disconnect from the system, so they don't want.
Yeah. And then when you see a lot of the young squeegee guys or whatever, they do have a residence and they do also collect welfare, some of them, and then they go out and they also collect other money. But in general, all the old guys and stuff, that's why I feel bad for them, because
I've always wondered, how can they afford those tattoos?
yeah, he knows, he gets it. Well, if they're getting fucking $1,600 a month, but they know how to scam it.
A lot of them are prison tattoos.
Well, look, they're respecting social distancing because the other day a guy came up to me with a stick with his fucking cup attached to the end of the stick, and he wasn't even walking to the car. He was just like this.
Respecting social distancing, I like it. Innovative. Yeah.
Smart guy.
Smart guy. You gave him money because you liked his approach.
You know, I always give fuck because when I really feel bad for some of them, I give,
Me too.
but I never have change in the car. So
So
they
you-
always get a fin, the cocksuckers.
Oh, by the way, just a little story that I found. Did you guys hear about A men and A women?
Oh yeah. Oh please, Poseidon, bring it up. Somebody got mad at me for making fun of it.
Okay. Okay, just so we're clear, before
How have we got into this point?
hold on,
guys?
before I get started, you guys do realize amen means it is so or so be it.
Not only it means so be it in Latin. Not only do we understand that you don't understand because while you said you guys understand, you were reading it off your screen because
Yeah,
you
exactly.
didn't know it.
I didn't know
so
it.
Stop
But
with
I
this.
didn't- no,
so
but I-
stop with this nonsense.
No, I'll admit it. I didn't
Go
know what
on.
it meant. I had to Google it.
Amen.
Source it, man. Source it. Say
A U.S.
reference
congressman.
it.
A U.S. congressman. Oh, Google. A U.S. Congressman. He was giving a speech, and I didn't watch the whole thing. But at the end of it, like he said a prayer or something, and at the end of the prayer, he said, "Amen," and a woman.
Yeah, he did, bro. Yeah, he did. Yeah.
What am I like? And who are the malakas that are supporting this other malaka?
Idiots. It is like finally,
yeah,
it's about time. About time? What are you talking about?
No,
it was
but apparently they
never.
made fun of the guy, man. I feel bad for him. It's like, what are you doing, dude?
I don't feel bad for him. The guy's an adult.
But
He's
then,
an elected official. Fuck him.
but
This
then,
was in Congress, I think, right?
Yeah, it was in Congress.
you know, Trump Jr. came out blasting him, and
Trump.
and then this guy, what's his name, bro? What's this guy's name? I forgot his name.
I don't know. We can't see your
Emmanuel
screen.
Cleaver.
I don't know who that is.
That's the guy that said amen and a women.
Cleaver.
And then he bashed Trump Jr., saying that Donald Trump Jr. had only approved themselves by him commenting that he's soiled by selfishness, perverted by prejudice, and invaded by ideology.
Yeah, hold on. Invade by ideology. It's clear that your garbage ideology is leading to you assuming that whenever MEN is in a word, it's against women and they hate them and you need to include them. You are an imbecile, sir. You are an imbecile. These fucking ideologues, bro, with this nonsense.
What do they call those people that fucking do this stupid shit?
What do you mean?
The
It's this super like extreme left ideology that they have, where it's super inclusive to the point where it starts getting exclusive, and it doesn't make sense. It's kind of like mankind saying people kind, when
People-kind.
just because the word.
what about history?
What do you mean?
History, her story.
Yeah, history and no, it's her story.
Oh,
Yeah,
come on.
all that stuff is stupid.
Yeah, they're
By
fucking
saying that,
retards,
you
bro.
just prove that you're an imbecile. You're not being inclusive. You know what I mean? It's just I don't know. Like let's say there's
But
like
history has nothing to do with his or hers.
no, obviously
But
it
that's what I'm saying.
doesn't.
But amen has nothing to do with
Yeah, that's
a
but they
man
use
or
it.
a woman.
No, but history they use it too. It's not history; it's her story. I've seen that too, and I want to kill
Me, I'd
myself.
open hand slap the person who said that. Right in the fucking face. I'll go to jail for the night for voix de fait. Fuck you, malaka. What kind of stupid shit is that?
It's
But
complete.
people
But,
don't say anything. Because then
Oh,
if you
I'll-
say something, then people are gonna say, "Oh, you're racist."
yeah,
you're
that's the
fucking-"
thing. I say stuff, and a lot of other
that.
people think it and they don't say it. But this is, if you think this is insane, you're correct. It is completely insane. It's like if there's a native reserve called Maniwaki, and you're like, you mean Womanawaki? It's like, what are you
Yeah,
talking about?
it's
It's a different
insanity.
language.
No,
What are you
no.
talking about?
Yeah, it's completely
it's
nuts.
complete insanity. Insanity. Yeah.
Yeah, or people getting mad at mankind.
Yeah. Like manual labor.
Yeah.
Womanual labor.
Or
It's absurd. It's absurd. The ramblings of imbeciles.
yeah, or they go the neutral route. They just call Newell labor.
Yeah.
Like in the
And
book, you know,
Yeah.
the new speak.
That's what it is. It's newspeak.
Yeah.
It's newspeak. It's oh no, you can't say that word in this. It's nonsense. It's nonsense.
It's nuts, bro. It's completely insane.
You know what? You know what I did that I'm not gonna do next year.
Hmm.
This year on my fucking Christmas cards that I send out for the company, I wrote "Happy Holidays" because that's what I was told to write.
Who told you that?
The fucking girl, the girl who does all the
Okay, yeah.
and
So-
then like
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
next year,
Happy holidays.
Merry
isn't bad.
Christmas.
Oh, okay, yeah, you
Go
can say
fuck
Merry Christmas.
yourselves, everybody.
But either one, none of them is
Because
bad.
all my good clients, like I always say, what the fuck is?
They all called you?
How many Jew clients you have? And then the Jew clients, the Jew clients were calling me and they said, you know, I appreciate, but it wasn't necessary. You know, I know you have. I go, you know what? Fucking, who's bitching that I did it? Who's bitching that I didn't do it? Fuck. And next year, Merry Christmas. You don't like it? Take the
So
card.
you're telling
throw it
me
in
that the
fireplace, I don't
people
give a
that
fuck.
celebrate Christmas and the people that don't celebrate Christmas both got mad at you for doing Happy Holidays? The Jews are like, bro.
No, nobody got mad, but they just everybody brought it up.
Okay,
I did it.
Sparrow.
I did it to
Everybody
be,
brought it up.
Yeah,
I'm gonna tell you something. The only people that get offended by Merry Christmas is you know who?
faggots.
those fucking white chicks that live in fucking government housing, bro. That fucking they're
What am I
fucking
supposed to do,
they
bro?
exchange services. No, bro, I'm telling you right
This is,
now.
this is absurd, George.
Bro,
this is absurd. This is what I
worked
deal
in-
with.
I worked in
This is
customer-
what I deal with.
Hold on, I worked in customer service, bro. The only people that get offended is these white knight people, bro. I've told Merry Christmas to Arabs, Jews, anything. They don't care.
Can I
Arabs
just
celebrate
say? Can I
Christmas.
just say
Tell me
for the
Merry
record,
Christmas
George?
back.
I haven't actually met the real person in real life that's been offended by Merry Christmas. I gotta
have.
say this.
I have.
Like, really?
Yeah, yeah. It's the white lady that fucking complains about everything, the Karen.
The white lady.
Yeah,
There's
yeah, bro.
only one lady going around the
you know
world
what I mean.
complaining.
No,
Fucking
but you know what I
Karen.
mean. It's these white knights, SJWs. You know the types, bro.
I know the types, but I'm saying is I haven't met. No one's told me anything about Merry Christmas. But
I
I
have.
say I don't care. May I say Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, Kwanzaa, Happy Hanukkah? I tell my Jewish friends Happy Hanukkah.
Oh yeah, yeah,
I
me
don't
too.
care.
Yeah, me too. The same thing. Like
Like
because me,
I
worked in
find
customer
find
service
that
a
that
lot.
whole thing, like even what Spirit's saying, I find that that's a stupid thing. I find even your argument I think is stupid. Put whatever you want. Put Merry Christmas, write it in Greek. It's from you. It's from you. It's from you. It should be about you, how you feel. So put Merry Christmas. Your customers that are anything are gonna appreciate it. You know what I mean? Like I get messages. What is it? Eid Mubarak from like Muslim friends.
Eid Mubarak.
Yeah,
I think.
I don't get offended. They just say it to me because that's what they're celebrating and that's their day. I don't get offended. They're not, you know what I mean? I'm like, yeah, cool. I'm not like, hey, don't say that to me. Tell me Happy Easter, whatever. I don't give a shit. Why would I? It's what they're celebrating and they're just include. You know what I mean? I don't mind
Yeah.
that. Like,
It means Eid Mubarak, by the way, just means blessed feast.
yeah,
or
but I'm just saying
festival.
I don't mind it because it's. Why would I mind it? It's not it's not like an aggressive thing. If somebody goes after me and they go, no, don't say Christmas, say
It's
this.
not like you're saying Merry Christmas, fuck your Hanukkah.
Yeah, exactly.
You're just
If
saying
so-
Merry
no,
Christmas.
but nobody. No, I don't have any Jewish friends that said it's Hanukkah, go fuck Christmas. That's never happened.
No, it's never it's never the ethnicities that get angry at this. All like even Arabs, Jews.
It's white people.
Yes, we don't mind it.
It depends.
It
man.
depends.
Hold on, when I
you heard
say
the
white
stories a
people-
couple years back, you heard the stories a couple years back where I can't remember which municipality it was. They had, they had like a like a little, what do you call it, man? The la crèche there, with baby Jesus and
The nativity scene.
yeah,
The
yeah.
manger, yeah.
Yeah, and they were upset. They're like, "Oh, this is not my religion. Why am I exposed to this kind of thing?" Remember, at some point, even the city of Montreal, they're like, "Forget it. We're not going to put up a Christmas tree." Don't you remember these things?
Oh, but those
Yeah,
are
but
stupid officials being reactive and separate. Cause I know Muslims that have Christmas trees. I know Jews that have Christmas
Yeah,
trees.
yeah, yeah. Well, by the way, you guys.
This is all-
Some,
these are-
some
these-
Arabs celebrate Christmas, no?
That's what no, but I'm saying Muslims, not I'm talking about Muslim people that have Christmas trees
Yeah.
because just part of the it's they're not becoming Christian. It's just part of the it's more of like a seasonal cultural type of thing. It's not it's crazy. These are
And
by the way when
Muslims
the
also
governments
believe
do
in
this.
Jesus too. By the way,
Jesus,
Jesus.
No,
they
no,
have
but
the-
but this is
they have the
these
same
are all
story, I think.
stupid things that make you argue with neighbors and shit over nothing. Nobody actually. Have you ever been really? Just think about yourself. Have you ever been offended by finding
Never.
out that somebody? No. Let's say you find out that your neighbor is Sikh. Have you actually ever felt like, oh, what the fuck is that?
Never.
Never. Have you? So these people, they're on the fringes. These
But
extreme
Pantelis,
people.
Pantelis, we've also been brought up in a very multicultural setting, right? I mean, you're brought up in Park X, where this is the reality. Go out in the regions, man, and talk to someone about being a Sikh. Or you know what? Bring a Sikh to the region and see how they react. And I've seen that too.
Look,
We brought a group of Sikhs to the parliament and everybody freaked out. They're like, what the fuck is going on
Well,
here?
look,
So-
when I go to the regions, when I go for comedy, and like it does feel weird because it's a different place. But I gotta be honest, even me being Greek, even with my heavy accent in French, all the shit they say, like, oh, wait till you get to this town or whatever, you're gonna see there, it's gonna be weird at BTB. They're gonna treat you fucking weird because you're a foreigner, this and that. They treat me fucking nice. You want me to lie? You want me to lie and be like, who the fuck's this Greek? They treat me fucking nice. They like the accent. They treat me. I can't lie and be like they're being shitty. They're being nice.
They actually enjoy when people from the city.
Yeah,
they
I can't.
Like it.
I can't bullshit and be like, oh, they're like rednecks. So far, I've been to a lot of places because of thanks to Mike, and they've all been super fucking cool. And they'll ask me questions, and they even bring it up when I talk about like this and the accent. They go, nobody gives a shit. We're happy that the fact that you're speaking French. They go, we love it. Don't worry about that shit. You obviously you're gonna have an accent. Like nobody. I haven't. That's what I'm saying. Is I'm trying to, instead of judging by people's fears, I judge by what I experience. And it's people on the fringes that are scumbags. It's people.
Yeah.
It's you know what I mean. It's just that they're so loud. They say crazy shit. You know what I mean? Like we don't want foreigners or fuck this and that. That it seems so crazy that then you react. You're like, what the fuck, these people? But majority of people want to live and let live. You know what I mean? They don't, and they're curious too. Majority of people are curious. Like, oh, what's this Greek guy doing on Easter? Why is he? They're curious, not in a bad way. Like, what do you do? Like, you eat lamb? Like, what's your situation?
lamb.
No, but they're just curious. Same thing. They're like, oh, menorah, like Jews, like, what's the point? Why do you light it here? What, you know what I mean? And like, you know, they go to Muslim, like, okay, TNT, what is that for? Like, you know, they're asking questions. Yeah, bro, what do you think? What do you think, bro? I'm not gonna throw in a joke. Come on, guys.
Find a way to.
You're getting too serious in the morning.
Find a way to.
You're getting dynamite. Really? What's that for? No, you're getting too serious in the morning.
I like it.
The point is, the majority of people, though the majority are imbeciles too, but the majority of people want to be good with their neighbors.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They want to, and they're curious too. There's no. But again, the people that are going to get offended are not the people that you give a shit about, because the people that are going to get offended by you writing Happy Holidays, Merry Christmas, or whatever, are not ever your clients. They're going to be idiots that you're never going to deal with anyway. That get offended. So put whatever you want, dude. Write it in Greek. It's not going to be a problem, because they're just going to be like, oh, look, it's fucking Spiro sent me a card. That's all they care about.
I'm sorry that I got too serious. It's because you lit me up with the welfare thing. That's why.
You lit him up, bro. With you're gaslighting him.
You lit. No. You didn't. He didn't. I don't mean it like that. But I'm just saying.
You do that. That's like, it's become general knowledge here in Quebec.
I did not know this.
They teach it in school.
This is why
through welfare.
This is why I tell Pantelis, buy TSFAs, buy RSPs. He goes, who? Fuck the pension. We're not gonna get it. I said, you're not gonna get it if you don't invest in this. At least if you invest it, you'll get something.
No, but even the banks aren't reliable.
The banks, if you invest X amount, and after 25 years, they're guaranteeing you, I don't know, a point a year or half a point a year, whatever it is, and you don't get that, you sue the bank. The bank's gonna sell it right away. They don't want to go to court. The bank, they're gonna try not to pay you probably, but you bring it to court, or the lawyer sends a letter. They're gonna settle. They don't want to go to court and
then have other people jump on board, make it public.
Then once they pay out 180, they're gonna have to pay. If they pay you off, it never goes to court, never sees the day of light. You know, the light of day. Sorry. So they're gonna just settle with you right away. I don't think people are actually investing in this stuff.
My investment for the future is I'm investing in
Spiro.
Spiro.
Are just taking it.
That's what I invest in. I invest in Spiro. That's my commodity.
But I'm saying, I don't think that the whole pension. I don't think it's because one of the idiots.
No, but I'm saying we won't have. Even the government's going to have to probably reduce pensions in the future because we're at a giant debt. We don't have money to give people. That's the thing.
But Canada's actually Canada's rate the bank lending system. Canada is actually 10-1. So every $10 that somebody invests with the bank, this is only in Canada. Every $10 that people invest with every $1
they
the
make
bank
10.
Gives out 10.
Yeah.
So it's a 10-1 ratio. It's still bad, but it's
not as bad. What's the States? 32?
The
24, I think. 24 to 1.
Yeah.
So Canada is not bad. If anybody gets fucked with pensions, it won't be us.
No, it will be us. Everybody else can get fucked over. It will be us because we don't have money right now. We're not even at zero. We're at minus. What's our deficit at now, G?
Yeah, but you have to have a deficit. You can't. Everybody, you need the.
We're hovering around $1 trillion, I think.
Yeah, that's too much, is what I'm saying.
It's probably too much. But you do need debt.
We're 35 million people, bro. That's too much.
You do need debt.
Yeah, that's the way it runs.
You have to.
But
to
you
make money, you have to go under.
Yeah, but that's not what we're doing now. We're not making money with it. We're just going under.
I'm just saying.
What are they saying in the?
It's like if you buy a stock and then your stock goes down.
Yeah.
The normal person will be like, fuck, I lost 50 cents on my investment, whatever, per share. I'm going to sell. In reality, you should buy more. Because even though you're going under, you buy more, you lower your average. So your average of the stock is no more $10. Now, if you bought it at 7, now it goes from 10 to
but that's
8.
assuming that you're sure the stock's going to go back up and then you're going to make your money back.
The more dips, the more you buy. That's how you're supposed to play. Not the average person can say, I bought a stock, 1,000 shares at $5. It went to $3. I lost. I'm gonna stop the bleeding and sell.
Oh yeah, by the way,
wrong thing to do.
my uranium stock, right? And it was dipping, but I knew it was gonna go up because I had.
You see the stock I told you about? You bought.
Yeah, it just dipped. I've just been losing money the whole fucking time.
What are you talking about?
You're talking about the Laval thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, bro. It's just been. I'm looking at it right now. It's just been losing money.
It went to I think 11.
Bro, it's at 90. It's at 9.5 cents.
Yeah.
And you made me buy it at 12.
You didn't buy it 12, bro.
I bought it at 12.
7.
No, I didn't. I bought it at 12. It was 12. We're looking at it. You told me buy it. I bought it, and it's been at fucking 7 or 9 the whole fucking time.
He bought the wrong stock.
I'll show you
it's
exactly what
it's
day
the
you
right
bought
stock.
it. I have the date.
But my uranium stock though, that I bought at 13 something a few months ago, and I should have bought it at like 9 something, but the bank was fucking me over. It was lasting too long. You know, it took a month to settle everything. So then I bought it later. Now it's at 1857.
Yeah, but you look at the uranium, you have to not look at it. Delete it from your portfolio right
Yeah,
now.
it's gonna be a
Don't
few
look
years.
at it.
Yeah,
Because if you look, then if it hits, I don't know, if it hits 27,
it's exciting.
exciting, but you're gonna be tempted to sell.
Oh no, I'm not tempted at all. Me, I know
Delete
my
the
plan.
fucking thing on your watch list and don't even look at it. And then in 2025, look at it. That's a stock where you don't look. It's like buying Facebook.
Buy low, sell high. Yeah, normally everything in the market goes up unless I fucking took advice from Sparrow. Is you think it's
You
gonna?
know why you fucked up? If Are you sure you bought it all?
Yeah, you told me to buy it. It was a Friday here.
I didn't tell you to buy it over 10 because when I hit 10 or 11 cents, I was looking. I'm like, yeah, I'm probably gonna call me. I'm gonna tell him look at it because I'm pretty sure you bought it at 7 or 8.
No, I'm telling you, I bought it at 12. We were here together. He was with me.
It was a Saturday, and you probably
a
bought
Friday.
Okay, Friday. So then the market probably closed. You probably bought on the Monday, and the Monday
Exactly.
the aftermarket went up to 12, and you bought at 12,
No.
which is okay because now you just rebuy at 8 or whatever it is.
But why would I rebuy at 8? I haven't seen this thing
Because
hit
now
any
you're
peaks.
now you bought, let's say, 1,000 shares at 12,
Yeah.
12 cents. So your average is 12 cents. If you buy another 1,000 shares at 7 cents, your average goes down to like 8.9 cents. So if it passes, let's say it's $1, when it spikes it, it's $1, let's say.
Is it
Your
going to hit
average-
$1? It's hitting 9 cents, bro.
It's projecting 175, I think.
Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
Then I'm going to buy some more.
So this I should be charging you guys for listening, but anyways, okay. I'm just saying, fuck the stock market. I'm just saying that it's
it's projected at 170,
even if you bought it at 12, it's very good.
If it's projecting at 170, I am going to sell dates with Poseidon. For the ladies to take him out on dates, they're going to have to pay. I'm going to take all that money, invest in this.
They're gonna pay him to go on a date.
They're going to pay him to go on a date. He's a goddamn local celebrity. And according to certain women that he's dated recently, they've said he could really lay down the pipe.
According to
Yeah, he's a handyman around the house. So
boy becomes a man.
yeah, they called him a pipe layer. Yeah, one of them also mentioned restraining order, a lot of different stuff.
We think that he's making love to them properly.
No,
In
apparently,
reality, he's just like he goes there with a fucking wrench and he just fucking
he's just fixing
breaks
stuff
them.
around the house. Yeah,
I'm just a handyman. I like what do you say? Donating my skill set.
I received
Show up
messages
with
about
black
him.
eyes.
I actually
his nose
received
across
messages
his
about
face.
Poseidon
Oh, you did?
from ladies that he's visited. Yeah, fans that he
That he piped.
breaks the fourth wall.
What?
He's like the Kool-Aid guy. He breaks the fourth wall. He's like, "You think I'm on your screen? I'm here."
He went in there like a wounded soldier.
It's fucking crazy what he does. Oh, by the way, guys, fucking cue the music because I don't want to forget. I don't want you guys to forget to go in the description right now. Make sure you click on the links. George's podcasts, both of them, Backstage Podcast and Just Us Dads, are still up and running. They're available wherever you get your podcasts, but they're available directly from the links in the description. Just Us Dads, famous podcast about fathers. Fathers who have daughters, sons, mothers. You know what fathers are. I don't have to explain that to you, all right? A lot of them are married, some of them are not. The point is they talk about their kids. What's life now in a pandemic with kids? Do we send them to school? Do we beat them up at home? All that kind of good nonsense. Just As Dads, available everywhere. Get that. In the Backstage Podcast, where he interviews interesting guests. He's interviewed me twice. Both interviews, not that interesting, but he's done it twice. So check out the Backstage Podcast with George Sadizos. Links are in the description. Support George if he runs for politics, which he assured me he won't, but you never know. I think we could pressure him because we need our guy in there. We need someone on the inside. That's how I'm going to take over the system. I put people inside. I'm going to play the game the military-industrial complex does. I'm going to have my own lobbyists.
Start calling in favors later on.
They're going to be passing bills for healthcare. They'll be like, $8 million for podcasts. What? Why do we need this? It's for mental health. People love the podcast.
8 million. Why not think big, bro? 80 million.
The Poseidon69 on Instagram and on Twitter. Follow Poseidon. Patreon.com/Pantelis to catch Poseidon's live stream every Saturday at 4 p.m. Patreon.com/Pantelis is where all the cool kids hang out. If you go to Patreon, you could sync up to our Patreon exclusive Discord channels. We have movie nights on Fridays. It's the best place to be. If you are a patron, today you're getting a new bonus tape. We're going to record it right after this. Only on Patreon. Going to be a lot of fun. If you're not a patron, head over to Patreon.com/Pantelis. Become a patron. Because the way the government's going, pretty soon Patreon behind a paywall is going to be the only place you can get to find us. They're definitely going to shut us down sooner or later. The shit we're saying. So Patreon.com/Pantelis, PantelisComedy.com. Tonight at 9 p.m. on the 2 Drink Minimum channel, you will get a live 2 Drink Minimum. And 8 p.m. on this channel, new episode of The Intellectuals. Yeah. So G, before we go, we got a couple minutes here. gonna lower the music. I'm waiting for it to go
Slowly.
slowly.
I like to do it slow.
So, G, with all this being said and done, and we argued about a lot of stuff today, not with each other in general, we're mad at society and politics. 5 p.m. today, the premier is set to announce the new measures.
Yeah.
You're assuming that with the backlash after they snuck out that information about the curfew, that they're not going to bring up a curfew, but instead...
I would doubt it. It would honestly surprise me if he announces a curfew. I think he's just going to crack down on a couple more businesses. The schools, he's going to extend it.
Okay.
No, the curfew for me is it would surprise me. It would shock me if he were to issue a curfew.
Okay, good. I hope you're right, George, because myself included, I'd be very shocked, and I didn't like even hearing about it when they brought it up yesterday. It angered me.
Yeah, it's disturbing. Yeah.
It's disturbing. I do not want to live like that, and it doesn't help. So people are like, "Well, you want to kill grandparents? How the fuck is you taking your dog out at 8 gonna?" It doesn't make any sense. It's completely absurd, you know. But it's crazy what people are willing to accept in the guise of you're a hero or you're, you know. It's so crazy. They don't think. Like, it has nothing to do with anything. How is this helping anything?
The curfew?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. It's completely retarded.
Especially when everything's closed anyway. It's not like you were going to go to, it's like there's a curfew so people stop going to bars and drinking. They're already closed. What are you talking about?
No, you know what it is? People get tired of this shit, and they go to they do the Laval thing, parking lots chilling. Oh, I told you the other day. I think I pulled up on people getting tickets at the parking lot of Tim Hortons.
They gave people tickets at Tim Hortons parking lot. They said, "What are you guys doing here? What do you think? This is a free country."
There was a bunch of people just parked in their cars. Some of them were out, some of them were in, just chilling, having coffee.
But like
smoking.
distant. They weren't like touching each other.
They didn't. When I pulled up, they didn't seem to be close.
Yeah.
Okay,
Well, that's why because a lot of people I know meet in their cars and they eat lunch together and they talk through their cars.
Oh, okay. So maybe
last
they
I
were doing
checked, that wasn't
I don't
illegal.
know.
But then again,
But there was a bunch of people leaving with their cars last second, trying to hurry out real quick. The cops were there, handing out tickets. Some people were leaving. Some people had gotten tickets.
probably for loitering.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't too late.
No, it doesn't
it's
matter.
Tim
No.
Hortons
What do you
parking
mean?
lot.
Loitering has nothing to do with the time.
What's loitering exactly?
Loitering is just hanging out with no agenda.
Hanging out, yeah.
But what's so bad about that?
There's nothing bad about it. Loitering is
Businesses don't want you to just
Yeah.
be in front of their business.
yeah.
You see the signs all the time.
Yeah, loitering, normally they set it up for teenagers so that you don't hang out around in front of corner stores and then make people scared to go in, stuff like that.
This was not in front of any store.
You're not listening to. I'm saying that's why those
okay,
laws, those bylaws exist for ticketing. But it's loitering. It's not exclusive to kids, so they can give it to anyone if they want to. So if you're there, it's like, did you already buy your stuff? Yeah. Okay, you have your stuff with you. Yeah, and you've been chilling here for 20 minutes. Yeah. Okay, loitering. You have no more agenda. You finished your agenda, and now you're just loitering. So I'm not with it. I think it's stupid. I think if you want to hang out in a fucking parking lot and talk to your friends or whatever, more power to you. Because what's the difference between that and if you go into the location is the issue. So I don't mind that. But that's what they use. They say it's loitering. Yeah.
Fucking government.
Fucked up.
What's more? Can I say something? Also, the people who are going to be remembered. So the cops went through a bad year with all the stuff with black kids and all that. Like they got and they're trying to be like it's not every cop and this and that. But now let's say for Quebec. Or actually Montreal, because I don't know what's happening in other places. You are going to be remembered. A lot of cops, the ones that, they're going and they're enforcing mask rules when they're not even wearing masks and all that, you are going to be remembered as scumbags. You are going to, because you have common sense. You could be like, I'm not going to do this high-profile guy walking down the street 1.5 meters to 2 meters. Yeah. I'm not going to deal with that case. But a lot of assholes are taking those cases. So you are going to remember it as scumbags, no matter what you say. And this whole following orders thing is dumb because no one's coming to check. The premier's not coming to be like, well, that guy wasn't 2 meters. Did you check? No one's coming. So if you're doing it, you're doing it because you want to. If you're enforcing, because there's even in LA where they went hardcore, LA the cops said we're not enforcing the curfew shit. When they're imposing curfews, like we're not enforcing. That's fucking crazy. It was America.
Yeah. So, it's next level. I mean, honestly, that's really just giving away your rights and freedoms.
Yeah.
And we're all afraid, and we've said it on so many episodes. We're afraid of what these measures could mean in terms of precedent, right? I mean, are we going to go back to whatever normalcy existed before, or are we going to stay as is? And imagine if they put a curfew. What's to say that in 3 months from now they're going to go, oh, there's an emergency situation, curfew, everyone. No, man. This is a touchy issue.
This is a touchy issue, and I'm telling you, the cops had the opportunity now to be heroes. The cops actually had an opportunity to be heroes, to get the police commissioners together, discuss, be like, look, we want to do our job. We're out here. If we see something, crazy, different story, but in general, we want to do our job. We want to make sure people aren't getting raped, kids aren't getting beat to death. We you know what I mean? We want to do our job. Our cops, you know, they're telling them you don't have to enforce this fucking shit. If you say guy without a mask, this and that. If it's not something aggressive, do your fucking job. Don't enforce this crazy shit. That's what they should. They would have been heroes. They would have been heroes. Yeah. Instead, people are seeing cops now. They hadn't seen cops in a long time. They've seen them for the first time. They're like, hey, there's an extra car here. Is this your car? Is there an extra guest in your house? It's like, what are you, bro? Go solve a murder. What are you doing?
And you could tell who's
it's not a
snitching.
patrol.
Yeah, it's out of control.
No, I'm saying it's not the patrol cop who solves the murders.
No. You know, I'm just, is.
I was trying to say that.
Yeah. It's exaggeration for the sake of things.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of, but the patrol cars, they're not idiots too, bro. They're not. It's not that they're going to be the goofy guys. They got more important shit to deal with too.
Yeah, but imagine you're the cop who's going to be the cool cop and say, you know what, I'm not.
But this is what I'm saying. I'm not saying the cool cop. I'm not saying like the cool parent.
No, I'm saying the understanding cop.
It shouldn't be the understanding cop, because that's not going to make a difference. You need the people, you need the chiefs. You need them to get together and be like, look, let's talk, let's discuss. Yeah. We're all united. We're not going to force this kind of crazy shit. You know what I mean? Like if I say
a guy will come from upstairs.
That's what I'm saying.
The regular cop, if he sees a house where there are a lot of people, he doesn't know nothing. The other cop,
but that's what I'm saying. He's gonna go rat him out.
Jean-Guy didn't do that.
That's what I'm saying. I'm saying from the higher ups, it should come and they should be like, look, we had a bad year. You know, cops all around North America, we look bad. Let's fix things. We're gonna announce that if they put a fucking curfew at 8 p.m., unless we see you doing something
confirmed, we don't know if that's.
I'm just saying, unless we see you doing something crazy. We're not stopping you. Walk your dog, take a walk. I don't give a fuck. Unless you're having there's 80 people in your house. If you have 2 people coming over, the couple next door, we're not going to fucking come and give you tickets. You know what I mean? Like, we have a real shit to deal with. That's what they should do. Instead of just being like, well, we're following orders. Like the fucking chiefs of the people, their boss isn't like, yo, I got, my patrol cars have more important shit to do.
But it is hard for the cops to really enforce it, because you know how many people work at like bag boys at IGA, like young kids, you know, or fucking people that work at I don't know, essential places like the grocery store or whatever, a bunch of places, banks, let's say, or whatever. I don't know. These people, a lot of times, they work past 8 or 9.
Yeah, exactly.
So how are you gonna weed out? Who's
but that's
working,
what I'm saying. But then you have to start
think
asking questions. Where were you going and where are you going?
Simple.
Which again, it's like, what is this, bro? Are we occupied? Are the Nazis occupying us? You're gonna ask me where I'm coming from and where I'm going? Get the fuck out of here.
No, you got all the businesses to close at a certain time.
Yeah, but that's even scarier, bro.
Yeah, then it starts to become very. I was talking to the.
We're taking too many steps forward.
Yeah. There's no way they're gonna do this.
I spoke to the guy from because I washed my car inside. It was a bit filthy, and the guy is an immigrant from the Balkans. He's Yugoslavia or Kosovo or something like that.
Yugoslavia doesn't exist.
Well, back then, you know, when because Kosovo took independence. Anyways, So when he was 18, when the Civil War had happened, he was 18 when it happened. Back in '98, I think he said something like that. And he goes, "What's happening now reminds me of the shit I went through back home when I was 18." He goes,
when
this
they
is
had
completely
curfews.
insane, bro. He goes, it shouldn't be happening. It's not a wartime. He goes, we had a war.
That's what I've been telling people.
And he goes,
y'all papers? Y'all papers? It's crazy.
And he goes, this is, and he was laughing. He's like, this is completely insane.
But it's like we're lobsters. They're boiling us slowly.
Yeah.
Like you're accepting little things. Next year, it's going to be like, what do you mean you don't have your papers to go grocery shopping? Here, it says you only come in for vegetables. Why you buy meat? It's going to be nuts. Anyways.
You've taken your ration for the month for meat.
You already took your ration. Leave some meat for the other people. Anyways, Poseidon, play us out here. Thank you guys for watching. Patreon.com/Pantelis. Tonight, 8 p.m. on this channel. New episode of Intellectuals. 9 p.m. on 2 Drink Minimum. New episode of 2 Drink Minimum going live. For all you patrons, if you're not a patron, bonus podcast coming a few minutes from now. Thank you guys. Bye-bye.